When we last left off, our intrepid heroes got out of the bank with all their money intact. They murdered some communists. They did not murder some plague cultists.
We
They
were tired from a long day of
They
murdering
had common
communists, you know?
sense.
Yeah, to be fair, the only
Unfortunately,
reason they
perhaps.
survived, yeah, unfortunately they looked at us and went, no, it's cool, we have no interest in fighting you. And we went, alright, great. I want to go home and have a
Oh, yeah,
bath.
that's right. I should do a sending back to the family, like, hey, I found some Deheg cultists. They're starting to form up here in Karania.
Oh yeah, fair.
yeah, you
Do that.
probably should do that.
Yeah, I'll send a message that way.
Let's see. You bopped around in town for a little bit after you got back to the surface, got cleaned up, saw Lavanya. You talked to her about the golems and security measures you'd found in the bank itself, including a coded receipt for the security systems you found. Lavanya took one look at the name you uncovered and decided she wanted to go on vacation for a little bit. See you later, guys.
I still think that
Skip
canonically she was already planning a winter vacation and figured that getting out real quick would be the funniest way to fuck with everyone.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Like, I think
Like,
that's the way she did
to
it.
me, that is maximum
Hopefully.
shit disturbing and the kind of things I would get up to if I was some kind of master spellcaster.
Listen, that's what Ashe thinks would happen, because that's what Ashe would do.
Yep.
Either that or the big secret revealed is it's her mom.
Also funny. The idea that it, like, did that and then there was a fucking, scrying on her as a result. She's like, oh, oh no.
I feel like you woke mom up from a nap. It's for the magical chocolate time.
La, la chunk low.
The shunk
Wait,
law.
what was the name again?
It's like Gilden Flame or something like that.
Gilden Grace.
Yep. It was Sidani Erisunea the Gilden Flame.
Yeah, see, and it's like, see, you go down through the ages, you get like Gilden Flame, something, 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 Flame Grace.
And then you get you end up with Gerber Flurp.
Right. Yeah. The devolution leads you eventually to. Oh my god, it is so windy out. I don't know if you guys could hear that.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
been
windy as fuck up
one
here too.
windy
It's just-
motherfucker. Like, as in, like, it sounds like Foley art, like, comically loud. As it, like, whistles through the air. Like, there's this, like, air tunnel that gets formed by a few of the buildings nearby.
So, yeah, I believe that is about where we left off. The party has learned the name of whosoever dealt with that security system, and who definitely did not get woken up by a crystal ball scrying all over you guys.
Yeah, if she did, she did. We'll deal with it later.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah,
Probably.
Exactly.
I'm not necessarily worried.
There's quite literally nothing we can do at this point in time.
The only thing I have to fear is if she's another lonely nerd, in which case I'm just so doomed.
I mean, I invite you to look at the description I just posted in the sidebar.
Oh.
Fuck! Shit!
Oh no.
Don't do this to me! You can't do this to me!
It's fine, I'll take this lonely nerd this time, don't worry.
She even makes fucking basically makes statues. It's not fair.
Golden Crafter, anti-magic Golden Crafter as well, which is like
Yep.
the worst, which is like air quote, the worst kind. Slash the best.
The best. The best. The best.
Do we
Like I need an extra wife who can wrangle in the ones who are clearly forming a coven.
Oh, we did do travel rolls already.
Yeah, you
What
need
do
the
you mean? They just
anti-magic
need a
wife
head.
to wrangle your magic wives.
It is important.
What do you mean? She's just gonna be the head of the fucking covenant. Teach them anti-magic too. Yeah.
Anyway, what we do now? Where to where?
We're heading
Yeah,
out, and I
well,
believe our first destination is Port Never.
To the
Sweet.
Never ports.
To the Neverport.
To the
Yeah, we got this.
mountains.
Yeah, so we can head down
We were-
to the stone tower
To the stone tower.
that Alba has found that might have a clue to unpetrify her.
That's what she's hoping.
Before we leave
Fingers
town, I'm
crossed.
going to. Before we leave town, I'm going to send off a letter to. Send off
Dolores?
Turn your
Boats.
boats off.
Oh,
Oh, fucking thing's over there.
Still very audible.
I always forget about that thing. Yes, to Dolores. I will write it as soon as I have a brain in my head.
Well, that ain't ever getting written
Oh,
then,
jeez.
but alright.
Oh, wow.
I could see you were saying that one.
Move, 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 move,
Move, move, move, move, move, move. No, it's fine. She won't be able to respond for a few days anyway, so
That's fine.
yeah, just whenever you get the chance.
I'll get it to you this week.
Yeah.
What was the name again?
So who are you taking with you on your cruise down the coast?
Well, I guess because we waited for them,
Kate and Arlene.
Kate and Arlene.
Yeah.
Huh? Alright, so gonna leave Amy here in town?
I'll ask Amy what she wants. Honestly, it's
Oh, yeah, does
she's a
she
strong,
want to-
independent lady. You don't need no permission.
That is true. However, she will tell you that unless you think you're going to need her talents, she will be happy to stay here in town and sit on Brenna's face for a week.
Excellent. Have a lovely time.
Well,
Yeah, they gotta build up the coven, build relations.
well, she won't be used in active combat. That's the thing about bringing companions, right?
By bringing who?
I mean, could be.
What?
I mean, yeah,
She
she
wanted
could
to.
be useful
No,
in
she's
combat, but I don't
Used in
intend.
combat.
No, it's not that. Like, so you could. I was thinking like for Arlene and Kate, like that.
You can
What
bring
about-
whoever you want. I would prefer you only take 2 people into combat scenarios with you, but you can take your whole gaggle with you.
What. No, see, because it's a magical fucking ass tower in depths in the fucking mountains. It's a magical ass tower hidden in the.
Yeah,
depths
except
of
we'll also
vegetation.
be going. We'll also be meeting Alba there, so I think we have all the spellcaster required.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got Alba and Arlene with you. But like I said, if you want her, Amy's more than willing to come.
Essentially, just so that there is no party cluttering. I'm fine with her hanging around with Brenna instead.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm fine letting her get her
Get
face
her-
seat on.
Yep.
It's not like Amy needs the XP.
That's true.
Doesn't she?
No, she's higher level than you guys.
She's donk.
Oh.
Yeah, she was in a tower learning stuff for like
Yeah.
100 years.
Even without the infinite power, she's still.
Yeah, she can
cool
do things
mage.
like this.
Wizard's gonna wizard.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Bimbo blast.
Bella Bimbo.
And then do
Evil
this.
eye.
And then do
Activate
this.
smooth ray.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm familiar with
Yeah.
the selection that you've displayed.
Amy has a very fun spell book
feel-
now that she's adventuring again.
Yeah,
it's
all
such
of
a
her
fun
spells went
spell.
from like scrying and lore to just sex pesting.
The target speed becomes slurred or bubbly. And just keep in mind, Ursula. Got slightly smarter.
Yep.
Yeah, Ursula got unfeeble-minded.
No, she got unbrain damaged. It's very different. Well,
Yeah.
Not really.
A little bit
Slightly-
different.
it's slightly
A
different.
little bit.
What's the fucking difference?
It's slightly different, that's all.
Alright, so the party can, if you have nothing else to do in town, depart.
Yeah, sounds good.
Get yourself a Kate and an Arlie, and head on down.
Yeah.
Some
So,
wagonation
To
as
the
well.
circus of values.
Or we might be meeting a ancient elf there.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
Lady Alba.
Not the one I was thinking
Yay.
of.
But also one I'm
Yeah,
excited to
so-
hang with.
But also a good person to hang with, yeah.
So, travel
So,
rolls, if you please.
Sure.
What
I
does
do
it-
athletics for something in it, right?
Mm.
Although Port Never itself is on the coast, we're going by road, yes? Through
I
via
believe
Gideon's?
so.
Yes.
We're going through the road.
Okay.
Yeah,
In which
got the
case, as
Gideon.
well.
I
Yeah,
Case
and
as
we
well,
got
we'll,
the wind
look this
spell.
up. Yes.
make sure
Yeah.
Natural Explorer is set to... It would be grasslands, although they're not very grassy right now.
Or the
24.
weedlands.
Oh,
The Weedlands.
Yeah.
No, it's a different place. Schwump.
Tele.
Yeah,
Sure,
I
good
was in the process of swapping my Natural Explorer around. So I don't accidentally cheat. I do change the little writing at the bottom that says what Natural Explorer I'm using at that time.
Fair enough.
Okay. So
Actually, let's see.
double, so 36 times 72.
Yep, so it takes you like a day and a half to get down there. Not a big
Yeah,
deal.
we quick.
Yeah. Do we have any
72,
friends at Sir
that's-
Gideon's Keep?
Well,
We
that's a
haven't been to
good
Sir Gideon's
question.
Keep yet.
Because you've been there before
Oh, we
once.
have
That's
been
where you
there,
met
right.
Lady Falcon.
Right.
And indeed, as you head on back that way, you might see a familiar face is incidentally there.
Sweet.
Let's see. Lady Falcon. She's the one with the airship,
Hey.
right? That's what
Yep.
she had.
Yeah, she's got the little airship emporium.
And she has had a Knight of the Blue helping to escort her on her travels.
Right.
The glorious Marin, my daughter-in-law.
Oh, work for sale somewhere is 1500 gold.
Also Ashe's daughter.
Sorry, what?
What?
The Marin, my daughter-in-law, also Ashe's daughter-in-law.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so, after a smooth day and a half of traveling along the safe, well-trodden roads, the party arrives once more at the Golden Keep, a caravanserai heavily walled against the onslaught of potential bandits, now no longer threats thanks to the generations of work by the Gold family. It's a great tower and keep overlooking the Bailey here, where many merchants come to shelter, though fewer these days, what with the incessant war up north.
I love that last notice. Holy shit.
don't let Dory see that.
Husband/wife brackets penis is so good.
Just don't be fat. I'm sorry, Tori. You don't qualify.
Yeah, just sorry.
See about
Instantly
that.
disqualified.
Yeah, it doesn't say don't be fat. It doesn't say don't be orb. Just, important distinction.
And
Hey.
The important
I'm
distinction
sorry.
to some people.
So yeah, as you approach, you are once again greeted by a seneschal and some guards. You are not transporting merchant goods this time, so you can just come on in. Whereupon you will see
Alright.
that there are quite a number of things up on the notice board today.
Oh, good. And I'm
Economy's
literate
fun.
now, so I can enjoy these.
Yes, you can.
Oh, I'm not literate. I can't enjoy it anyway.
It's fine. I'll read them off to you. Don't worry.
Skip the last one.
Yeah, the last one's not really relevant for you. Don't worry about it.
It says there's a harpy looking for a husband.
I have a husband. I've never been a husband before.
Kate begins
No
snickering
fatties.
into her hands. I don't think you're quite what that lady's looking for, Tori.
She can decide that.
Well, what she's asking for is right here in the notice.
I look at the notice. I can't read. Notice isn't gonna stop me.
Well, then, luckily
Yes.
neither's being unable to know where to meet, said Harvey.
Well, what's it say? I have someone for her.
I think she'll be fine. There are going to be other people who can definitely meet that need.
Yeah, but
Your
what if
partner
she's
already
you?
has a partner. Like there's got to be
Yeah.
some single person who you could be robbing the joy from.
What?
hmm Remember, lots of the people here don't really do the whole large.
Poly or anything
Yeah,
like that.
You
they
get
have they have the
people here,
monogamous.
but I don't
Yeah,
know
and
if
there
that
could be
counts for the
some
harpies.
monogamous person could be interested in some hussy. And, you know, if you go over there and lay claim, then they aren't going to get that hussy, are they?
Do we really need to call it a hussy?
This is how you end up with
It
some sort of
sounds really
relationship
close
communism
to.
taking hold.
Yeah.
It sounds too
What?
close to like hussy when you say it like that.
I mean, it is a
I
harpy.
mean, I'm not incorrect.
New colonies founded in the Coral Islands.
Yeah, there is that going on. Probably from
That's
the
nice.
Kraken no longer being assaulting the seas and everything like that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
probably a
Probably
good.
takes a lot of the weight off of the refugees as well. By giving the refugees a colony is a good move.
Sell swords, huh? 1,500 gold? That's pretty sizable.
We can look into that. Wonder how much they
Divine
need to fund a
powers
colony.
recommended. Well, we're all fine. Oh, no, wait.
No,
No, we're
you,
not.
Steve,
There's-
you and me.
Yeah,
I do not have.
You have some.
I do not have divine so-called powers.
Oh, I thought one of the things within your realm was.
No, he's just using arcane
Okay.
magic to cheat.
Okay.
Well,
We-
I
Out
do
of
the same
character,
thing
like-
with primal magic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I
One of
understand.
the magic initiative fees from elves are
oh,
not allowing divine, but primal.
I thought you were a cleric.
I'm an arcane. I'm an artificer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been. I've been an
Steve
artificer
Steve
this
Steve
entire
is
time.
frustratingly antitheist.
I just okay.
Yes.
I suppose
Physician,
irreverent.
researcher. My name is Steve.
Arlene just pats the back of Vale's head. Don't worry about it. I'm sure people get Steve confused for things he ain't all the time.
Yeah, like old.
You are old,
no,
Steve.
you are old.
You are the oldest one in this apartment. Well, actually, well.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And no, I mean, technically, Belly might be older, but we don't really count that.
Lived
Only,
years.
only counting yes.
Lived years, yes.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Look, if
can I
anyone
inject
asks, I'm still the humble age of 69.
Oh, you're just a baby to me now. I'm 151.
Yeah, that constantly throws me off. It doesn't help as well with the daddy issues, but you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I look good for my age, don't I?
It's definitely cheating, I suppose, to be small and a salamander, but yes.
All y'all are a bunch of old hags. And Steve.
Speaking of, well, to finally in there and just looked around and get like, just eyes narrows. Like, speaking of older,
Hmm.
I think I squint somebody in the distance. What was that red-headed fox name again?
Aw.
Working with.
Which
Marin.
one? You mean Marin or?
Yeah, I think it was Samara.
Mm-hmm.
Kate will look in the direction Steve is looking, gasp, and go running off. Walking across the bailey is indeed Marin, who is promptly tackled to the ground by a fox missile.
Everyone stops in their tracks to watch this person boob-boobily at a high speed.
Yeah, post-Broadstone Kate does indeed boo-boobily.
God, yes, she does. I love it every single day.
She's not fucking aerodynamic. It's like a fucking bumblebee, just warm. Fucking turbulence.
Yeah.
The fox
Govern-
flies not because physics say she can, but because she wants to.
Yeah. Suppose we'll go
No,
and pay those two a
despite
visit.
God.
Yeah. It's raw spite. Well, it's been nice. I'm glad to see her again.
Fancy seeing you two again.
Mara will raise a hand. Hey. Yeah, Kate, you gotta get off me. I can't breathe. Arlene will help Kate get up. Mara will dust herself off. Oh, well, fancy meeting y'all here.
Mm-hmm.
How's it been?
Can't complain. Business ain't exactly booming, but I've been helping a lot of refugees get around. It's rewarding work.
Mm.
Folk are
Are you
starting
gonna
to
be part
mass
of-
near Port Never.
Yeah, are you gonna be part of that whole getting people to those new colonies then that I saw?
Yeah, I reckon. The first boats are leaving in just a few days. I'll probably go with. Though I think I'll be wintering back at the chorus.
Makes sense.
Are you sure I might be trying to steal your mum to come down to stay with us for the winter?
That just means I get the whole house to myself.
You know, fair point. Oh, and then I gotta reach over and make sure she gets some scritchies.
Oh,
Good.
yes. Who knows what kind of wild, unsaintly parties I can throw with Mom not looking over my shoulder.
True.
I will wait for someone to be like, no, you would never do anything like that. No one does.
No.
Huffs a little.
Three shrugs. Like we all would. It's fine.
I know how it goes.
Where's Tor going off to?
Where's Tori
Ah.
going off to?
She wants to go see this halfie.
I feel bad for her. She's gonna be setting herself up for disappointment. But that's her choice. We did tell her about it a little bit, so
The person she asked definitely said, sorry, miss. They said no fatty.
they said no fatties.
No, the next several minutes of people you ask, not one of them knows how to read.
Of course.
The
You can't
illiterate
tell me
asking
not-
the illiterate.
I'd be insulted if I could read.
Well, mentioning the Port Never stuff, I might talk to somebody down there and see how that all works out for the colonies. Whether or not you can finance a little bit of it and get a piece of it yourself and all that.
Oh yeah, it's free land. At least that's what I hear. You can pretty much just stake a claim wherever.
Hmm.
Well, I think about getting an island getaway.
Well, it wouldn't be the worst thing to have.
Well, now's the time for it. And that Kraken dead and all.
Yep, blessing that is. And that we didn't have to deal with it ourselves.
See, sometimes
Ray's
you
probably
just
still
don't have to
head
take the
rubbing.
whole world on your shoulders.
Just most of it.
Wave you off. Sometimes it's fun just to do what you can.
Unfortunately, what we can do is quite a lot, so it feels wrong not to use what we can. Do good deeds, all that thing.
Oh yeah, thinking on like those posts we just saw a little bit ago. You know what's up with that sellsword thing for Lord Gold?
Oh yeah, I asked about that. Apparently some village burned down. Sounds like spooky
which one?
things at work.
That's terrible. He believes it to be undead of some kind. I imagine something along those lines, given he's asking for holy power.
Apparently it started in the church. I think it's some kind of desecration. Luckily no one was hurt, but still, it ain't right to go burning down churches.
No.
No, it's not. Where was this village at? And, like, I'll bring out the map so we can actually see him.
And she'll point to, like, not even outside of the hex that the keep is in itself, just a little north of here. Just over the hill there, I think.
That's very close then.
Mm-hmm. Right Briar in the Lord's side. He prides himself on keeping this place nice and safe.
Who was the keep
I know
to?
our plans were already to Port Never, but I think we should detour and try and investigate that.
Mm.
Sorry, what'd you say, Theli?
Who was the temple to?
Bolvar, I think.
Mm.
Most of the communities around here have a little chapel to them. You know, got agriculture and all.
Makes sense. Frustrating.
It
Definitely
is.
gets my hackles up. I'll say that much.
We'll have to talk to Lord Gold then and see about taking it on.
Well, his boys are sitting right on the porch over yonder. Should be easy doings.
Yeah.
Anywho's it. I gotta get back to inside. Someone's waiting on me. I'll see you inside in a bit.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Mary will pick up the bag she was carrying and trot on towards the inn itself, where you can see Lady Falcon's big ol' airship is parked. So, no sign of the tiefling herself.
Alright.
Hmm.
So, shall we go to Lord Gold then?
Sure.
And make my way over to, I guess, the younger Golds that are sitting outside that Marin pointed out.
Yeah. Sitting outside are two figures you recognize from the Grand Melee. Identical boys. Both with short cropped blonde hair and big old green eyes. They look up at you with an eerie amount of synchronicity. And
Greetings,
one of them...
Sir Golds.
You can't tell which is which, and you only heard their names once, but they'll both grin up at you. Oh, greetings, my lady.
Says Gold.
Miss. We'll stand and give you both a slight bow.
We had
Yeah,
seen
good
word
courtesy.
through the notices that you have about the place that Lord Gold requires some cell swords. We wish to inquire about that.
Ah, the Black Knight herself honors us with taking care of this minor task. That's very kind of you.
Well, we'd hardly call a
I wouldn't
burned
call
down
it a minor task.
minor.
Not minor to us, but well, everyone expected you to be off slaying dragons.
Spread her hands. Most of the dragons in fact, all of the dragons I've met so far have been lovely. Bratty twinks notwithstanding.
Ah, yes, the Margrave's Catamite, well, he's not so bad.
No, he's fine.
Quite a lovely
And
chap.
again,
he is.
I'm sure he would also presumably wiggle his ass in the air and say, "Oh no, please slay me." He has that.
He
vibe
also
on him.
would. He definitely does that.
The boys will laugh at that, I'm sure. Well, come on up then. It's a bit of a trek. Hope you don't mind.
That's
No,
fine. We're
that's
used
fine.
to treks.
These boots were made for walking.
They will invite you up into the tower, which has a lovely little sitting room on the first floor and then a whole lot of stairs to get up.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Not a problem.
Not to add insult to injury, but poor Tori probably does get stuck a little bit a couple times.
Eep.
But Kate and Ashe can get to pushing, and eventually you will make it to the top, where you can see the keep has a commanding view for miles around itself, sitting up on the hill here. It is really quite lovely land, if not for losing its green.
Yeah, the horrendous drought kind of brings down the property value a bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a bit. There, after a couple of minutes, you will be met with an older gentleman with a thin mustache and curly blonde hair. Dressed impeccably well. You can immediately tell he's related to the Chancellor just by form of dress, if not by appearance.
Sergold.
My boys tell me you are the sellswords we've been posting for.
That would be correct, Sir Gold.
Indeed. We're in the area. It seems like we have the power to help, and so we would gladly do so.
Wonderful, wonderful. Are any of you clerics by trade, or paladins?
Our friend Vale there is a paladin.
I am a knight of Kanara.
Ah, the lost dragon goddess. That'll do, I suppose. So, to business then.
Well, she wasn't lost when I was a child.
We'll pause and look you up and down. Half dragon, are you? The region?
Yes, that's right.
Ah, well then, I will consider our problem solved already. Yes,
That's
a
polite of
few
them.
days ago, one of the clerics here at the keep went to perform rites at some of the small village chapels around here. They've been abandoned since the drought became unsustainable for the farmers. But he
Yeah.
insists that still it is right to go and tend to such things on the regular. That when he arrived, he found the chapel and the surrounding farmsteads had been burned to the ground. The farmland
Ooh.
laid to waste.
Terrible.
And that's what we had heard on the way up so far.
Yes. What I instructed my
radical
boys
sounds
not
like.
to mention is that self-same cleric went out again to cleanse the land the next day, and hasn't been seen since.
Oh.
Is
Do you
dire.
believe he has been attacked then, or?
Most certainly. I took out a spyglass, and you can see the keep from here. The chapel from here. Well, we'll take out a wooden box and lay it out. Points over the hill. See for yourself.
Very well. I'll pick up the spyglass and take a look through it.
Yeah. Ashe, you immediately wish you hadn't.
Oh.
Upon focusing across the hill, you have no trouble finding this little thorp. Indeed, it's still got a smokiness to it that draws the eye, and draws it quite readily to the front of this chapel, where you can see a male human's body has been nailed to the door with inky black tendrils of coruscating magic. It's been crucified upon the altar.
I will pull the spyglass away from my eyes and gently set it back in the box. I see then.
Bad.
Very much so.
Mm.
Yes.
I do not recommend looking through it.
My sons and I have had no trouble keeping this land clear of bandits and monsters. Generations now, my family has, but this waxes more dangerous than goblins and the like. But it
Very
might be
much
best
so.
to turn to professionals.
Oh, joys. Yes, we will definitely look into that. Fairly feeling immensely bad that she can't use a spyglass.
Trust me.
Would that be like a sniper scope for her effect? So like fucking eye blasting the shit out of someone from miles away?
They have to be able to see you, not the other way around.
True.
So if you
Yes,
held
I
the
believe it
spyglass
does.
the opposite way... No.
I believe this should be our top priority then.
Yeah. And cleanse whatever's wrong with it.
Given that I saw like the inky black magic and everything that's happening there, could I make an Archon check to try and understand what is going on there?
Yeah, absolutely. The DC will be just a little bit higher because, you're so far away, but you can definitely do visual identification.
Okay. I believe we probably have people helping as I explain it, so 24?
Yeah, if you're willing to take the time to explain it to your friends, yeah, for sure. So... You don't recognize any spells that would do that immediately to somebody, which would suggest it's the ability of some sort of monster. The inky blackness would suggest shadows, perhaps, but they usually drain their victims of life, leaving them out here as a... It almost looks symbolic, which is unusual for them. So if it is the...
death-pacted sorcerer?
Perhaps...
Yeah, could they be controlled?
Yeah, controlled shadows would be the most likely culprit.
That's no good.
No, it isn't. But at least we have a better idea of what we're going into then.
I wonder if it's the same guy from by the church.
On that
No.
aside, we should
Guy or
get a move on
creature
them
or...
and find them.
You mean from the cathedral? Like with
Yeah.
a window?
No, the burning churches.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a cathedral that got its sun window vandalized.
But they said
Recently,
there have
but-
been someone desecrating churches.
This is
I
true.
wonder if it's the same person. They did say that, right? When we were at the Trigon Church.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
people
Trigod
mentioned-
Paladins mentioned that, yes,
Yeah.
several had been desecrated.
Small towns, yeah.
Yep, small abandoned towns.
No, let's get a move on then and make sure they don't escape.
I'm eager to go ahead and kill people who have been desecrating temples.
Heck yeah.
They are places of art and beauty. If there's one frustration I have, it's that the gods don't simply reach down and pinch someone like some fat zit for doing such things. I understand that they're trials left to us to handle, but it's still frustrating to see that mortals must deal with issues like this.
It is a mortal issue, therefore it requires a moral touch. That is as I understand it with gods.
Yes. As I understand it too, it's just no less frustrating that such people put this upon themselves. A need to defile and ruin. No. I'm going to get very melancholy about this terrible burning murder. Let's go and kill some monsters in human guise, shall we?
We are on the way to it, yes. I imagine like we're just waiting for Savin to prepare the map for us.
Yeah, I mean, I can drag you over whenever you want to go.
Yeah.
Just checking.
That's sure. That's already on you. Yeah.
Just checking
We'll
something.
let Marin know where we're going.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good idea. Let her know.
Yeah, if this Lady Falcon is there by us, so
You haven't seen her.
I
then
do
just
stop
asking
by.
Just asking. Marion, then you're the owner of the flying boat this, or the wheeled boat this.
Yeah, Lady Falcon.
Yeah, if you duck into the inn, you won't see Marin either, but the innkeeper will say that the owner of that strange boat is up in her room.
Oh, I'll have to stop by and say hi.
Yes.
I
that
stop
may-
by the boat and say hi to the elemental.
The big old blimp head just sort of wobbles at you. Hello.
How are you doing?
Nice to see you again.
There's a moment's genuine consideration. I'm all right.
Excellent.
Yay.
And how's Falcon?
Better now. People are being kinder since we are one of the few who can bring food here.
Nice.
That would do it. I'm glad to hear it. Go and say hello
Just-
to her as well.
Let's be on our way. We can give our hellos and all that later. The situation requires our hand at now.
You're right, yes.
I was gonna check if you had any wares.
We have many wares, but Miss Falcon is indisposed at the moment.
Indisposed, you say? Metaphorically,
Indisposed, I say. The blimp wobbles.
or... Fair enough.
Seems you're in a rush, otherwise I would say just wait a couple of hours.
Yeah, we're going to go and look into probable evil necromancer shit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Goddess' blessing upon you. Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah.
It is just like a couple hours walk from Gideon's Keep to the village itself. Looks like it once was a nice place to live, probably. Small, short wood fence bars it off from the surrounding grasslands and fields. Keep the little critters of the field out. Just a couple of homes in here, really. And, of course, one small chapel to Ovar.
Be on your guard. We don't know what has done this or who has done it, but they're sure to be nearby.
Nobody should have to go through that.
What would you say Wovar's little, hand gesture of faith is? Like, obviously, you've got your Kandon doing the fist to palm for the anvil. Like, what's Wovar's deal? As far as, just a
Y
quick...
pose.
Is that really,
No.
his quick hand
No.
gesture, though? Like, I understand the
probably
Y
just feel
pose.
circle
but,
like a stun type thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, just put
For a
your
quick
fingers
hand
together
gesture,
and,
just
like,
be,
thumbs.
put your thumbs and fingers together in a circle and over the heart.
For a quick handy.
Okay, I dig it.
How was that? I mean, imagine
Same motion
it'd
as
be
a quick handy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like I figured like in hand motion, like a rising sun would be like you start with a flat hand, close face, and then just open a hand up, and then palm face, the fingers spread like the sun.
You steadily move your fingers out one at a time for the rays of the sun until you have an okay.
No,
until you
no,
have an
no,
okay.
it's
That's how
not- no,
children
it's
count.
not that.
Yay!
Yes.
Yes, no, but I mean like for visualization, like simplest way to be like, what would a rising sun look like in the hand motion? Well, like a circle and then like spread up with your fingers like that, rising up.
Yeah. And if you do it too fast, it looks like you're making
So-
a jerk-off motion, which is always funny.
So Sir Gold mentioned that it had been a few days since the guy originally went out and anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to tell just how long this place has been burning? Or is that too destroyed to really tell?
I
Yeah,
guess, is it still burning, or is it like cinders at this point?
Yeah, it's definitely just down to the cinders at this point.
Okay.
You would guess probably 4 days since the fire started, but it's, kind of impossible to say without forensics.
Right. Okay.
The 4 days of
enough.
burning, man. Y'all never seen a fucking house burn.
Let's continue on then and get in.
Well, no, they burned down quite a while ago. It's just, embers are still kind of smoldering in there.
Yeah, it might not look
Yeah,
exactly like this.
It's close enough.
Fuck.
I'm gonna be on my guard and dodging.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
I'm gonna walk with probably full greatsword out. This is giving her like them I'm Witcherin vibes. Like it's a village on the
Yeah.
next side of the keep. It's got like there's been some damage to a chapel and some desecration. Definitely walking with the sword out that kills monsters.
Yeah, well, at least I have a decently high pass nowadays.
I'm definitely. I look up into this tree as we're going by, as I'm getting closer to the body.
Yeah, as you glance up, this was once an apple tree, but up in its branches you can see all the fruit upon it has withered, becoming blackened and corrupted.
Even
No.
the apples.
Bastards
not
ruining
fire.
Perfectly good apple trees.
And sucking the
That's not
vitality
bad.
out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Can I
Two
still see
vials.
the black tentacles holding this guy?
Yeah, these do appear to be... They're too big to be nails, more like short spears of pulsating blackness nailing his legs and hands to the door of the chapel.
Here's a shadow. You know any monster that could do that, Thelerien, or are we looking at an actual spellcaster?
Good question. Let me do I guess nature. 25 because we're in my territory of choice. Is there any kind of nasty creature with like necrotic powers naturally?
Not
shadow
that could do
powers?
this, and certainly not with intention.
True, it would be less expecting intention and more like
If
an
it's
owner
controllable.
of such a beast guiding it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's possible some sort of, like, corrupted treant or, like, twig blight could do something like this. But that would be some pretty nasty magic at work, even beyond just, controlling an ent.
Yeah, considering they'd probably need a corrupted druid to perform that action in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, that's some hefty juju themselves.
I look back at the tree. Does the ground around its roots look disturbed at all?
Make a perception or survival check for me, would you?
Yokes.
Alright. As far as you can see, it doesn't look to have anything like that would indicate a ritual took place here, but there are definitely footprints around it.
Okay, I was more looking for after
Is this tree alive?
yeah, after
And
we
you-
explained
unfortunate-
about like twig blights, I was looking for if,
Unfortunately,
it
the
looks like the
perfect
roots have
mimicry
been uprooted.
trait means that there is no way to tell if this thing doesn't want you to know. You
has
have
that
to
now.
hit it.
That's
You'd
that's
have to
that's
stab
why
it.
I was looking at the like roots to see if it looked like the dirt
Yeah,
had
if
been
if
disturbed
the,
around
if the
it.
tree itself
If the tree-
is
yeah.
in
Sure,
the
it
same
could
place
be
it
a
started.
Yeah,
perfect
no, you do
mimic,
not
but
see anything that would
if it
indicate that the
moved-
tree has been ambulatory recently.
Moving. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, although you can't tell a mimic apart, you
yeah.
can tell where they've been.
Yes,
I'll give it the
that is
benefit of the doubt. I'll give this tree the benefit of being a victim and not a perpetrator. Innocent until proven guilty, you know?
Yeah, it's like the house mimic. It's like I don't detect house sign anywhere in these in this neck of the woods. Clearly, we aren't dealing with some kind of walking house.
Steve, you're better than I am at
Can
the general arcana. Let's try and see if we can't follow the traces of those spears on them. If they're still in him, then the magic must still be active. And if it's
can we
active,
get
then there's
this?
traces.
Can we get him down
Oh.
without ruining it?
Okay, can you take that again? Because you all
I was-
crossed a bit, so it blurred at the end.
I was saying, since you're better than I am at the general practice of arcane, let's see if we can't study where these magic spears are coming from on him. If they're active and still pinning him there, then there must be traces of who casted them. And if we can follow those traces,
Unless-
we can find who casted them.
Unless they're self-perpetuating based on the bring off the fucking victim by using the victim's own energy.
It's a possibility, but I feel it's better to find out together there than just speculate.
Very well.
And I'll assist you with
Moving
the
here.
arcana.
I got me speeder. Oh,
Nice.
great. 29.
Great heavy session today.
It is.
Yeah. I got what?
All right.
Just like,
So
continuing on from yesterday, I guess.
yeah, apparently. So Steve, you big brain, are correct. This magic is self-perpetuating, drawing upon the vital essence of the individual here. Or you know that there are traits amongst the undead, certain commonalities that allow them with alarming regularity to create more of themselves through their necrotic powers. This person is in the process of being turned into an undead. They've been slain, their lifeblood has been soaked into the ground, and now what's left are these spears of darkness slowly sinking in and replacing that vital fluid with shadow and evil.
Well,
Jeez.
a pop-up bottle of holy water. That's I have 3 of those, and use one of them. And where can I go get a blood? Well, you two are religious. Start praying.
Or an undead or something?
Yeah, I'll give you a advantaged religion.
Should we just smite it?
I'm giving.
Make a religion test. We'll give them rights.
Yeah, I'm trying to counter the.
I will
desecration.
try.
Yeah, he's not undead yet. He's in the process of it, given what Steve has told us here.
So, Steve, what exactly are you doing with that holy water?
First, like anointing head, and then pouring anointing face. Because this
Okay.
was a Wolverine, right?
Yes. All right. As soon as you touch any holy water to this individual, there is a horrific wail of just wicked magic seething beneath the surface. The body convulses so violently that it tears itself free of its own hands and feet impaled upon the dirt, and it combusts into a inky black flame upon the ground. Arlene is just
The
gonna
power
go
will compels you.
throw up behind the cart here.
Check. Well,
One of the less
That worked.
pleasant things I've seen a body do.
Very much so.
Anyone who still looks like a majorly shaken, I'll give like a little thump on the back.
We need to find who did this. Find traces. Find them.
Yes, agreed.
yeah, this is though either necromantic or intelligent undead.
Kate snaps her
Necromancer
fingers.
feels like a good guess.
Wait a minute. What about that Alric prick? He got turned into an undead too.
Yeah.
As someone that
No, I've
fucking
never heard of
shipped him.
them.
Well,
Never
yeah,
heard of
but
them.
that's. Mhm.
But also, yes, I know what you mean.
You think those undead we encounter were made by the same person?
Like
It
the
seems...
Who
same
made
as-
those nameless ghouls?
We don't know what this guy was being turned into, but
I mean,
Wait,
if you
wait,
see
it
the
was ghoulified.
son of a high priest getting turned into an undead, and then another priest getting turned into an undead, it seems like
Yeah.
it might be kind of a trend, don't you think?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
but
You
It's
might
more than a
not.
coincidence.
Ulrich wasn't at a church, was he?
And
Hey,
He said he was in an
listen.
alley.
he
Doesn't
wasn't.
stop him from
but-
being
Yeah.
a high priest, son. Like,
Hey.
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Steve
Sorry,
claps his
Steve.
hand. Hey, people, focus. Listen. He was out by the core chorus, correct? And there have been burnings of desecration of churches inland in a line, correct? And the most western we have discovered was outside the Church of Candor of some intelligent necromancer with active undead. So if the line goes from east to west and it matches the desecrated churches, then all we need is just a all we need then is a time table.
I suppose.
Yes, because you don't cross the water unless you by ship. So they have to be their travel manifests of people coming over.
So
Yeah,
remind me,
unless they
Sam,
owned a
I
ship.
don't think the church said
Unless-
there was a line of things. It's just that they have seen churches being desecrated.
Yeah, no, so it
Yes.
it can't really be a line because there's one in that it's like a triangle. Now with this one.
Yeah, but like there's a path of a line. There can be a path.
We haven't
Like I said,
we don't know the timeline for the top of the triangle, so we don't really have we didn't get a when those were burned. Just that they've been getting burned. We only have a timeline for this one and the one to the west.
We can speculate later. Let's start looking for any sorts of signs that people have been gone here, or whatever we can find.
yeah. I'll start investigating the church here. Could somebody kindly watch my back?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I may be a magnificent specimen, but I'm rather squishy.
Of course.
Okay, let's see. Investigation.
What are you rolling investigation for, specifically?
I was gonna say that investigating, like see what I can discern it. Like, okay, this is burn damage. This is like what's it called? This is damage from fire, and this is willful damage, things like that. You can discern the difference quite easily.
So, crime scene investigation, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can roll better than that. Popping that. And please. 19. Well, I can do a d6 on that. Let's break a 20.
More like cringe scene investigation, am I right?
Exactly.
Cringe.
Alright.
23.
So, as far as reconstructing the scene goes, you can tell that this church was abandoned for a while, as Lord Gold said. Someone came in here at some point after that, and you can find residue from ritual components of spells. Dark magic, of course, as you might expect. Bits of sulfur, acids, blood, smeared around the floor, and that appears to be the center from which spread the fire, dead center of the church and outwards. A magical conflagration that erupted in a, not a cone shaped, but two lines out like so that swept around the village. You could think of it as like the path of a roving elemental, but it's too perfectly straight in all of its movements for it to be a living creature.
I programmed it.
Yeah, a programmed
Or-
flame, that makes sense.
Yeah, like some. Yeah.
Right, so they forms a triangle. So that's,
Triangle or a oval?
yeah, a triangle or oval, yeah.
I was asking Savin.
Yeah, basically. Not a triangle. It's more like a carrot, I guess. Like,
Huh.
meh, meh.
Oh, I code.
Yeah, again, it's like a cone, but there's nothing filling in the middle. Right?
Yeah,
It is
like.
two lines that then,
Shoo.
yeah, just kind of go off and do their own thing. They're all perfectly straight.
They
And
don't. There is no scorching in between here, correct?
there is, but it's faint enough to be almost imperceptible.
Like two full strength fires came out of here and then like petered out after hitting their target or continuing on.
Yeah.
Hmm. And then we have this. I'm gonna check something. That line there. I'm checking the grass here and sort of the fields.
Mm-hmm. What for?
What sort of I'm checking the grass for like even dead grass have sorry, even dry grass has, like the natural vitality that be like, yeah, I've been alive.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm just dried out and it's sort of winter or freezing and shit like that. I'm just checking if this has that kind of thing to it.
Yeah, it's all dried out. There's a lot of patches where it like caught fire briefly, but then the wind just sort of snuffed it out. No corruption
Okay.
in the grass itself. It seems to have been contained to just the inner village here.
Yeah, then just this stuff right here. Like is it also dried out or is it just drained?
Drained, yes, but something definitely fed back into it, twisted them. There's a lingering corruption on the tree itself.
Let's see if I can do an arcana. Okay, well, no problem. If something comes to worse, something about smash my fucking face in. I'm gonna see what the hell this magical bullshit. Do you need a nature or an arcana for?
Uh, like this is very obviously like arcane magic in nature, so yeah, Arcana. Okay, yeah. This tree was once special to the people here. Sacred, perhaps. Whoever used their magic here, in the ritual in the chapel, drew from the tree itself, used it as a material component in their spell.
Catalyst.
Yes.
Hmm. And nature stuff is primordial power. Or primal in this case.
Hmm.
Somebody's a studious little asshole, aren't they?
Want to elaborate on that, Steve?
Well, the new Pantheon has their own, type of magic, type of divinity for consecration.
Mm-hmm.
And primal power predates, well, divinity in itself. So somebody used an old connection, as I would speculate, used an old connection, a small little dab of power from old times to fuck over the divine's placement here.
Rancid, horrible person. I see what you mean. For a devious fucker.
There. Now this is just me throwing out ideas again, but could they be trying to dislodge divinity points to just set it back to primordial elemental?
What if they desecrate? I mean, there are ways to do that. It's just consecrating a place in the name of another god. Like, doing all of this damage isn't going to help anyone, right? Apart
No,
from,
it
No,
some
but
kind
wouldn't.
of
might
horrendous
piss.
necromancer god.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, but also,
Yeah.
it was, what's the word again? I'm trying to think. Not just that, but cause enough shit disturbance that they can use that, chaos or that chaotic energy to do other horrible crap with.
yeah, but that wouldn't help primal forces, would it? That's all kind
No,
of
but you
nasty.
can, but you can cause a schism between the divine powers and the primordial powers. It's like
Oh,
two rocks
Mm,
that's like two rocks putting against each other. It's like, as long as nobody moves them, they're just okay. But you start rubbing against each other, you're starting to get an effect.
I mean, it sounds
you
like a
mean like
provable theory,
don't
but it's
think it is.
just so
they're
wasteful and outlandish.
you mean like somebody
Yeah,
trying to pit the gods against the primordials?
or just pit divinity. Yeah, and like I said, this seems like it be a base for a chaos or a catalyst for that itself.
Again, there are just better ways to accomplish things like that. This is
Hmm.
Unless you're doing something on a really big scale, though.
well, yeah, but I mean more to the point of. Never mind. I don't know that I could describe it properly.
It's conjecture at this point. Let's focus on what you can do here. It's still defiled, yes?
Mhm.
Vale, do you know anything about undoing defilement here, or is there anything you can do given your nature as a paladin?
Uh,
That is the question for Vale. Is it desecrated, or is just a consecration undone?
hmm. Well, this is definitely a desecration of a body for sure.
But
The church itself, arsenic, is arson, but let me see.
Would it be plain to a paladin whether it's desecrated or not? Would you need to check somehow?
Yeah, I'm not going to need to make you roll for that. Vale, you can like close your eyes, extend your divine senses, and yes and no. The place is definitely no longer sanctified to Wolvar. You don't feel that brilliant sunlight energy here, that intense hearth warmth of the Trigods. But at the same time, you don't sense true desecration here. It's almost like it's been reconsecrated to something else.
Can I get a feeling? Like, I'm sure, I believe all the gods would have a specific, like, sensation attributed to them for divine senses, like to tell which one, like, what kind of a consecration it is. Can I get a sense of what this place is? Like, any kind of, like, a... Do you want me to roll a religion check? Or...
No roll here, but there is a deep, abiding, wintry cold here. To you, personally, it's not necessarily unpleasant, but it is definitely antithetical to the Trigods. It is a hollow, eternal, empty frost.
That's strange.
What is?
Well, this place... I would not say that it has been desecrated. It's more like it's been reconsecrated.
Oh, then you are correct.
What?
Is it
I'm not sure. I'm
not like
unfamiliar with this sensation.
It's not like a sense of poison or anything like that, is it?
No, it's very cold.
I don't know if that's better or not.
It's like
Is there a
Twitch
cold
from the
god
elf.
here?
Like cold, you say?
Yes.
That does sound Lord Winderish.
Icy.
Yeah.
He wasn't a god, was he?
No.
No, but enough cult following can start
Hmm.
The man hasn't been
Twitch.
heard from in hundreds of years either, so I highly doubt. He's just bumbling about in the middle of Crania, burning down little villages.
I can't do a fucking history check to try, or a religion check to try to think of any like minor deities or
Cold
things like that.
gods?
Yeah.
It's deep, and the sensation is deep and empty, but very, very, very cold.
Like that of the Fey Forest cold, or even colder?
Possibly.
That's a shame.
No.
Shame that crit. I was just wisdom as to whether Tori would make that exact same connection. Like, could it be like the
Winterfell,
the
yeah.
Winter Fey Queen?
We're
Sadly,
a bit far from the boundaries of that forest.
wait.
We
Well, yeah,
are,
but if they're
yes.
trying to spread their boundaries, I don't know, like, what kind of queen is here?
But the question remains, do you believe it's similar to that, or do you believe it's a different version of cold?
How would you tell?
That is the. Does it feel divine in the sense of divine deities or like entity
Something else?
magic?
Does the sensation feel that it is, in fact, that it is divine in nature?
Difficult to say. You would go towards no. Not divine, but still consecrated.
Can I try for
Perhaps.
primal test then with a nature?
No. It's definitely not anything natural going on here.
Sure, okay, well, if it's not a primal thing, then yeah, okay.
Maybe not divine, exactly. But this place has been definitely consecrated to something.
You
Just
think
not...
someone's been doing some kind of winter-themed dark arcane works here.
If it's been
Yeah.
consecrated, usually that
Trying to
denotes,
call back the Dark Lord from his slumber or something.
usually denotes something that's causing the concentration. Can you fall it back to a source, or
Well, if it's fire and cold, could they be like what's calling the drought? Or would that have making it worse? They're trying to make it worse?
Sorry, what?
The drought,
If there's fire burn, like they used whatever it is to call fire, but if it's like cold at the start, if you like combine those two things, don't you get like dry, nasty this stuff?
I guess. Maybe there's some kind of evil ice
There were-
salamander out there.
or the culmination would be a sort of burning of a city to the west.
Yeah, like sucking the heat out of everything to make the fire.
Maybe?
back to the question though? Can you follow the concentration to where it is coming from here, or is it just all around? Could there be an object or something that is linking the concentration, as it were?
Consecration.
Consecration, no. Yes.
No, that's not how concentration or consecration works.
Okay.
Everyone getting
It
tripped
is.
up now.
Yeah. It is applied to an area and it stays in the area until someone comes and fucks it up.
Okay.
Consecration can last generations, even thousands of years after its creator dies.
And this has been reapplied, though. That's the problem. So they need a fraction of the, well, whoever they are doing it for to exist in the first place.
Actually, no, better question here. Is this consecration complete, or is it still in the process of being consecrated? Does it need like more casts of it done here?
No, it is complete.
Is complete. Okay.
Well, since it's not divine, let's see if I can discern anything. Can I do an arcana to see if I can discern anything more out of it?
What would you be trying to discern itself here?
Well, since it's not a divine thing, we don't have to deal with that. That we have to deal with an entity that has to deal with an enormous amount of magic that you can actually call upon the name to consecrate things in their name.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to see if this is some chaos fucking fairy bullshit, aka fairy magic, or if it's some other primordial, if it's like primordially linked.
I think in that
Well,
case it would
try and
actually be
determine-
religion just to try and understand like the
It-
significance of what's going on here.
Like try and determine the domain of the source.
Yeah, I think you could potentially do that.
I'd go with trying to find out what the consecration effect of choice is on this area.
Well, that too.
Like, what do
Yeah.
they want this fucking consecration to do?
Yeah, okay, that's true. It'll be analysis of magic.
Yeah, okay, that would be Arcana, yeah.
Okay, I can.
Like, it's all good and well and good. We know that there's consecration here.
Oof.
Like,
Right, that
do you
is-
need an inspo?
Yeah, that
Hold
is
on, yeah.
insufficient to identify a spell of Fifth Circle.
You can have mine.
Thank you. We'll try again. That's the 20.
Okay. So, yes, this is a Hallow spell that has been cast here. Though it appears to be an arcane version of it rather than divine. So, someone who casts arcane spells but somehow has access to this one.
So, someone like Steve. We
Yeah.
found anti-Steve.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
or just like a bard or sorcerer.
Let's see here. I have an idea.
Hold on,
Do we have
let me finish
Okay, sorry.
giving Steve what he got. So, this has the following effects active. There is energy protection against radiant. There is energy vulnerability to necrotic. So if you come in here, you're going to have a much harder time fighting undead, and undead will do a lot more damage to you. And then it also has the tongues feature, so everyone in here technically has true speech.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Hmm.
That sounds like someone then who's like, trying to summon ancient undead that they don't speak the language of. But,
Yeah. Or someone who is like super ancient and wouldn't be able to talk to modern undead. Or both.
Oh, we don't have any
Yeah.
Residium powder, do we?
Mm-mm.
No. There's nothing we can break down to
well,
get
what's
Residium
that?
powder either.
What do you need Residium powder for?
Well, given Vale's divine spell casting, if we could juice her up enough, we could try and get a speak with dead going.
Speak with what then?
On what? I don't think there's
we
enough
can't
of
speak
that
with
to...
Icarus Puddle.
That
Yeah,
dude
this
did
one
kind of
motherfucker just...
disintegrate.
Oh, we melted.
Yeah, it's like it's... That's
Okay,
salsa.
so
That's essentially
I didn't know he
salsa.
disintegrated. I thought he was still like.
Yeah,
a
no,
corpse.
his skeleton
he-
tore his way out of its body and then burst into flames.
He didn't quite
Okay.
Yeah, like,
skeleport himself, but yeah,
No.
he
It was a partial skeleportation.
Okay,
He
sorry, I
ripped
didn't
It's
know
a
that.
Celesti
I
step.
didn't know that happened. So I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
under assumption he was still like a corpse. So he just burned.
Yeah, Steve applied holy water
Yeah.
to it. The body writhed and screeched uncontrollably, tore itself off the door, leaving hands and feet still nailed there, and then combusted.
Okay, so then speak with dead would not work with it.
No.
No.
That's unfortunate because that would have been a good thing.
It would have been neat.
One of those few times you could actually.
But
try and
also,
use it.
like, more importantly, if we had the like Residium to juice her up, we could just have her cast Consecrate and get rid of it.
Well, I mean, there's a very big difference between like consecrate, which is like a 5th level Residium thing, and like speak with dead, which is
Yeah,
like a
that's a
3rd thing.
hollow spell. Yeah, that takes 24 hours to cast.
I mean, you're not exactly under a time crunch. You could just do that.
All right then. I imagine
Well-
leaving the consecration as it is a bad idea. What can we do to break it then, or dismantle it?
Dispel magic.
The thing is, though,
Spell magic works.
the spell magic.
Hallowed
Okay.
is until dispelled, and it's just an ongoing magical effect. You can just throw a 5th level dispel magic and pop it, or try and roll high enough.
Let's see, is there any way to change my spells around for the day? I don't believe there is.
Don't, you're a wizard or a sorcerer?
I am a sorcerer.
Check it. No, I think it's wizard that had the ability
Wizard can
to
do it on a short
switch,
rest, like in short one, switch out one on a
like
short
our
rest.
lead.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Arlene does not actually have dispel magic in her spell book. She has counterspell.
Oh,
I can't get rid of it today, but give me a day and I can switch out to the spell magic and we can attempt it.
We could ask the Raven Queen, I suppose. She would be interested in probably undoing whatever the fuck this is.
I think we're already asking enough of her as it is
Yes.
going into a carry.
This
wouldn't
is her
wanna-
favor.
Yeah. That one's like a
This would be
ode to us thing. This is just,
unevil, undead fuckulating her father's
Yeah.
home. I feel like she just needs to be notified more than
Mhm.
needs
Yeah.
to feel needed.
Well, if you align to
Well,
her,
this would be-
aside from the tourney bird helm that we have, which is supposed to be only for a carry, by all means.
I don't know what the right would be.
sighs and gets out a small fucking book.
Oh, that's right. Your wife was a follower, right?
No, no, she was.
Oh, okay.
If Sally can see that, she can see that that's not a full-grown person handwriting.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
There's the litany of
We're not a
prayer.
cop.
It's a litany
Have
of,
fun.
well, I would say the litany of souls in this case, for the litany of the undead to pray to the raven. Oh, corn on the cob. Oh my god. Good go fucking go for corn.
Yeah.
Oh man, that must be so fucking good. I got a bloater chest, so I can even get that nice little extra roast on it.
So, Steve, what are you doing exactly?
I gave what's it called, Sally a little prayer book that
Yeah.
had the litany of the raven.
Let's
Prayer
see.
spells for the prayers, the prayers and
Sure, I will step back and go stand next to Raven Guy and give the book a quick flip through before I will try and, holy shit, invoke the Raven Queen.
Alright.
Look, me and Maury, we're friends, okay? You get it? It's just, it transcends player characters, clearly.
I mean, I guess, sure. So you begin to speak a prayer to the Raven Queen, and before your eyes, the bird just sitting in front of you just unfurls itself into a Morrigan sitting on the top of this little well here. Cross-legged, smooths out her dress.
I will bow with respect.
Hello there.
Greetings, Lady
Hi
Morrigan.
again.
We feel you're probably best suited to this situation.
That would be a wise assumption.
Do you know how we might be able to resolve this matter?
I would think you already have the idea. You bandied about dispelling magic.
True, but we're interested in the culprit as well. We can come back and dispel it tomorrow, sure, but that's not going to solve the long problem. Advice would be appreciated.
Correct. That does not solve the long-term problem. Someone is making a habit of doing this throughout the realm. It's quite upsetting.
Yeah.
Slinks off and onto the ground. It's too late to do anything here. The culprit has days head start ahead of you. But they have not gotten to every village that was abandoned. If you want my advice, go and find one that has yet to be desecrated. One near here. And wait.
Very well. Thank you for the advice, Lady Morrigan.
There is a graveyard not terribly far from here, perhaps a day's walk to the south, consecrated in my name, now long abandoned. The groundskeepers left 2 months ago. I would not be surprised if that was our culprit's next move. It is within striking range of this place, and few people will notice.
We can attempt and see if it's already been done or not there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess we'll hurry to the next location. Thank you.
She will incline her head, and then from between her fingers appears a bit of jerky. She'll nibble on it. Thank you for the snack, and good luck.
Oh, you're welcome. Probably more than a little bit taken aback by that. Whereas Nahia very casual about her god interactions, I think Rhea is probably very, very dumbstruck by the idea that she actually gave jerky to God, and she was like, nice.
Alright then. We can come back to break the concentration on this later. Let's make way to that graveyard then.
Yeah. Happy to range out if everyone else is.
Yeah.
We still got fleet-footed going on for the day, so we should be able to
Sweet.
get there pretty quickly.
Yeah. We could just.
Yeah, it'll be well and truly into the dark by the time you get there, but you can make your way. You gather some tokens.
Yeah. We're certainly in a position where waiting wouldn't do any favors. It would be pretty antithetical to the plan now.
Yeah.
So turning up at night
Like,
is
if
just
not,
something we'll have to deal
not
with.
this one, we won't have time to find, like, an unspoiled location.
We'll
Yeah.
always be on the back foot, as it were.
And look, this party is really good at not sleeping. Like, we're kind of experts on nighttime activity here. Not just that type of nighttime activity, although, yes, there are experts of that here too.
Hi, yes, how are you?
Aha. Rose.
So, several hours of walking later, the party arrives in the foothills to the south, where, nestled up between the middle ground of tree and stone, is a small graveyard. This is a relatively modern set of structures. You doubt there are any corpses actually buried here. These people would have been burned, as is modern tradition. But still,
Yeah.
people do like to memorialize their dead, even so. There are many tombstones and a few small mausoleums laid out, and another large, gnarled tree dead center, overlooking the whole affair. A number of ravens and crows are perched up there, looking curiously down upon you.
I will ask those birds, have you seen a creepy hooded guy here?
In eerie unison, they all shake their heads.
Fair enough. It's always worth checking.
Can you ask them when the last time anyone was here?
Sure. Has there been a visitor here recently?
They shake their heads.
And we beat him here.
Do you mind if we come in? Is it dangerous?
They shake their heads.
You know what? I will tick off. How many birds are there?
Like 30 or 40.
I'll tick off an entire ration and set out like a feast of like seed loaf and fish
Hell
jerky
yeah.
for the badgers.
Hell yeah.
That's some suet in there.
It's like all of them,
Birds
they were
go
trying
crazy
so
for
hard
suet.
to be like ominous, mysterious group of bird, but then it's just like, oh hell yeah, yum yums.
Let's see about the place.
We'll probably come to the border of this and lay out a spread for the birds.
Yeah, they will descend upon you. A couple of particularly large ravens will nest on your shoulders while the rest of the birds get down and start tearing into that loaf.
Nice block of sweat. I'm just reminded of those videos, that guy who just likes to pet his pet raven. He's got his little beak here, and he's got his big claws, his big feathery head. It's just petting the bird. Forevermore. Yeah, I'll enjoy the bird party.
So,
On
is
the,
there any
on
signs
the
of
squad,
like
we need one.
activity around here other than animals, or would we need to investigate for that?
I will take a survival check to see if there's any activity around.
Survival.
19.
Alright. Someone has been near here recently. A shadowed figure, keeping to the brush, observing from afar, but they have not yet entered the grounds. One might almost call it casing the joint.
But they left tracks.
They left some,
Yeah.
not enough to follow, but they have definitely been here within the last day.
Interesting. How about we go find a place to make a little hiding camp?
Is that the main mausoleum?
The big one, yeah.
Hmm.
I wouldn't call it the main mausoleum insofar as it is just, the largest and most expensive.
Is it locked? Because that would be a nice place to lie in wait for an evil bastard. If they come up to desecrate this and then just the mausoleum doors swing open and out comes the adventuring party, that has to be like the nighttime fear, like the secret fear of every necromancer is that they try and break into a tomb and then just adventurers pour out to ruin you.
I'd hate to suggest it, but yes, that would likely be the best location to lie in wait here.
Yeah. The building is locked, but it is a very simple, exterior padlock. Easily broken into, if you were so inclined.
As opposed to snapping it, I will pick it just so that we can, let it rest on the chain. Obviously we could then push the door open again, but...
Yeah, you want to give the
Yeah.
look of dummy locked.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
I want to fake lock it. 16, 18 if anyone else has thieves' tools to help, but I don't tend
Yep.
to have helpers from... Oh, that's right, you do have fucking thieves. So yes, 18.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting that you are also a skill monkey. It's... I'm so shooketh every time.
Yeah, I mean, there's Steve and Kate and Arlene who are all quite proficient in thieves' tools.
Woo!
A very thiefy party when you put your mind to it. But yeah, you can set that up without too much effort.
Yeah. And we'll hide inside.
I was saying mostly because it's hard to hide the goddamn Tory.
Yeah, we can't hide a
Anything
Tory,
else.
so just being inside a stone building, probably our
Yep.
bestest move.
Yeah.
Makes sense to
I guess
me.
while we're in here, it's the largest tomb. Is there a family name we recognize in here?
There is. Gold.
Oh.
Oh,
You know what? I feel now imminently a bit more bad. I'll put down a gold coin at like the head of whatever their patriarch's grave would have been.
Makes sense.
Seems a fitting, respectful gesture there.
Like I said, I hate to do it, but it is our best option if we want to stop everything happening.
And
I'd
also,
like to
if we
think a
stop
lord
his,
would forgive you for
Yeah.
stopping necromancers on their land.
stop him from getting desecrated.
By the way, I
and
was looking at our party loot here.
Mm-hmm.
You have the dual hands mail and plate. Is that like actual plate mail or
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah, it is
yeah.
plate armor.
Okay, it has a W in the description for some reason as well.
Mm-hmm.
W.
Dubskis.
Yeah, W for wide.
Well, I might claim that plate mail then if nobody.
Oh yeah, you got heavy armor now. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Totes.
Well, I think it
Sure.
was
Unless you want to wield the giga plate.
No, I think Vale's wanting to get.
Yeah, I was gonna get that one.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
She just needs
Yeah.
to
Okay.
get-
Yeah. If you want to put it on, go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be very
I'll rework
heavy.
like the symbology on it because
Hefty,
it's like
hefty.
it was an ancient dual hand, kind of evil stuff.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what they was masterworked.
No, it's set to W for wombo.
For Wasterworld.
Wombo combo.
Alright, so it is full plate armor then, yeah?
Yeah, it's
Cool.
full ass plate armor.
Cool.
Alright, so you've all locked yourselves into a mausoleum. What do?
I was gonna say, like, can have, what's it called?
Wait.
How long are we planning on
spider.
waiting?
Winston
Winston.
on the lookout.
Yeah, makes sense.
I have to ask, how do we know that someone's going to be coming here?
We've seen tracks of them casing the
God
place.
told us.
Oh,
Out of character.
We also saw tracks of them casing in. It's likely to be the next location, given that it is an abandoned place of godly power, and the person has been desecrating him. So
okay.
we wait here for at least a little while. And it's our best bet right now.
So, are we just gonna let Winston keep an eye out and wait?
Yeah.
We'll pass
We
I
got
imagine we'll
the-
do shifts of like people being awake to keep an eye out on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
If
keep
we're gonna
looking
sleep it off, we'll wait until probably about midnight before starting our sleeping shifts.
I mean, it's already like midnight-ish.
Okay, then yeah, we'll start our shifts, I guess.
Yeah, I'll keep looking because I can see through my familiar. And yeah, familiars. My little familiar also had dark vision, so to use my stats that way.
Makes sense.
Alright. So, Steve, about 2 hours after you guys set up shop here, Winston will give you a little mental ping that somebody's coming. When you close your eyes to stare out of his, you see a tall, gaunt man in black and white robes, carrying a cane not dissimilar from yours, striding into the graveyard, surrounded by a group of prowling undead, one of whom towers over the other, a mountain ogre.
Damn.
Hungering ghouls
Shit.
lope over the graveyard walls. So this figure walks in. He casually unlatches the little gate here, tucks his cane under an arm as he passes through.
Yeah, I make the motions for everyone else.
Excellent.
Mhm.
I want him to open the door so bad. I'm gonna stand at it and ready in action to attack at the moment it opens. I really want to be this guy's worst nightmare. I hope this old man shits.
See, how far away are they? So saying the mausoleum's like completely still. There's no like places like seeing out of it, except for like the door.
No,
right?
they do not have a convenient like lookout latch in the mausoleum.
But there's not like any
Just-
breaks in the mausoleum.
There's
Like
No,
no
aside from,
weapon
it's-
slits. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
no, this place is in pretty good
Mausoleums are-
repair actually.
Okay,
There's
good.
no easy looking out.
Alright then, the plan. Who wants to burst down?
Probably would have pre-planned like if they come all the way up to the gate door, then we'll just kick it open and attack him. Like just whoever's out in the front of it.
We should-
There's no way they expect us to be inside. They're probably going to be like, camping from the
Mhm.
outside, running a perimeter. It would be absolutely clutch if he ends up
I
in
don't
front of us
I
and we
don't think
gank
he is. I
him.
think he's gonna mess with the tree. We know he messed with the tree
No.
beforehand.
Out of character, uh, out of character. Somebody can't ghouls like smell the living or sense the living?
Oh
Not
yeah, they
through
might have
solid-
light on or something like that. So
gonna
we should probably
see
just
us.
go.
Not through solid stone, though.
Is that a thing?
Much
I don't
like your radiation detection and shit like that. Yeah.
I think we should just go for it. We'll lose the element of surprise
Life
otherwise.
sense doesn't work like that in 5e. I don't know if it's the same here.
What do I know about ghoul senses? Let's throw a knack on it.
Yeah, he will need a knack to succeed.
15.
Conveniently, that is sufficient. Yeah. So, ghouls don't have life sense, per se, but they do have an insatiable craving for flesh and have quite keen senses. It's unlikely that they smell you right now, but it is possible that they smell that someone's been here recently.
So if we don't want to lose surprise, we should just probably kick open the door and go at it now. Then. Before
Does
they
it
get
look
his
like
scent.
he is walking towards this thing?
From what Steve can see, it appears that the man is currently kneeling down in front of this tree and taking out a ritual book. His
Yeah, we should
undeadlies
go
are sort of prowling around now.
Sure. I'm gonna wait for a moment when the ogre isn't like blocking. I'll run down the path, I think, and then just make him shit his pants. The moment that ogre is like there, I'm gonna get him.
I could get them both in my right now.
Now.
Alright, go.
Okay.
Open it.
Everyone just ready action goes off.
yeah. Just kick open the door.
The ready to action to open the door.
Yeah, well, but everyone's ready in action.
Ah,
don't
fucker.
have shit.
Did no one
Aha,
say nothing
fucker.
about no ready to
No,
action?
I was
couldn't
ready for
see,
if he came to
so-
the door.
Yeah, we couldn't really see out of it, and we couldn't really know where things would be. So
Yeah.
like, I could ready a fireball,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't know where to throw it. So it's that sort of thing.
Burning down a graveyard would also probably not be cool.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, what? Do we get at least a surprise round?
Yeah, they did not know anyone was fucking here, so yeah, you can indeed have yourself a surprise round.
Slick.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you did in fact meet all the criteria. You are hidden from all of your enemies. You
And
just got to
engaged
open
on our
combat.
own merits.
You did the thing.
Yay, the thing.
Alright, is everyone on the board?
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes.
And let's see if Arlene was capable of hiding beforehand. Oh yeah, yeah, she's stealthy.
She's stealth. She's stealth. She's the knight.
All right. Well, Arlene's turn. You kick the door open. He's going to take the opportunity to just double move on out here. Get out of
Is that even a double move? She's
in order to maintain stealth, yes,
yeah,
it has
yeah.
your speed.
Yeah, Jessica got like half speed.
Yep. And then that's it for her for right now. Ashe.
It's a
All
good
right.
choice.
Well, first up, we're going to surge sorcerously
Okay.
because that seems like a good idea to start with. And let's see here. He is perfectly in range. I will step out to here, and we're gonna do a produce flame onto him.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
25 to hit. Oh, I forgot to take off thunder damage from the other thing. Sorry.
That will
No,
most certainly hit.
You Perduca that flame good.
And then,
You
since
produce
we
the hell
started
out
off
of it.
big, and Fireball's probably a not great idea here, we're gonna use up a spell slot. Oh wait, no, I can't. It's a minor action. Shit.
Yep.
Right. Oh, I'm so used to that. In which case, we'll move over to the side of the building here.
Okay. Ghoul is surprised. Veil.
I only have, let's see, 5 movement now.
Are you wearing the
This-
Gigaplate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Then yeah, you
So-
are a slow fat bitch now.
Hey, you can
I mean,
make
Yes.
it.
double
Hey,
movement
you can
will get
reach! Hell
Double movement will
yeah!
get you right on him.
You can get on the ogre.
Or on the ogre, yeah, that works
Hell
too.
Yes,
yeah.
I can. I can.
Yeah, you can get the ogre in that Google. In something.
In something that sounds like, turn on dead.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can only get the 2 of them, I think.
Yeah,
I move
might be
here.
better to wait.
Yeah. Wait for them to get closer. Alright. I guess I'll get a ruck up on this ogre zombie and I will attack it.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Snail flail. Snail.
25.
You
Nice.
You don't have advantage, I don't think, but the second one will definitely hit.
It was a surprise.
That doesn't give you
So-
advantage.
Doesn't
Doesn't
give
give you
advantage.
advantage. You need to
Oh.
be hidden.
Yes,
We
if
aren't
you were
hidden.
hidden,
Oh.
like say Arlene, you absolutely would.
Yeah.
But Vale just walked right up to him.
The prize rounds are not that busted. They're good. They get you out and they get you like a attack, but
But-
they're not just, oh, suddenly you have advantage on
Okay.
everything too.
He does take that 5 piercing though, and is now slowed.
Cool. I am also going to, I think, get him with a glimmering smite.
Why would you do this? Why would you use a
That's a-
radiant smite on my undead? That's very mean.
That's a 3d6. And he's illuminated.
No. Alright. So he takes let's see, was that 5 or 10 volt? Alright. Takes 14 radiant damage and is illuminated. Alright. Theli.
Let's see how far this fuck. All right. I have faith that Tori will be right on my heels. I am going to wild shift so I can get right up in this dude's greasy and double hand strike him with a greatsword.
Hell yeah.
He was kneeling, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's not prone, but yeah, he
He's not
was
prone.
crouching. It
It
wasn't just lying down to perform a ritual. He was doing that, Slav squat.
Yeah. Okay. Kaswang.
Miss.
Kaswang. Ignore the force
Hit.
damage on it. I'm not really ironwooding. I just haven't got a version of the greatsword card without it.
Did you quarry?
No, I had to
Okay.
wild shift.
So he takes 14.
And does this count? Does a surprise round count for sneak attack?
No, because again, you need advantage or you need to have a
Yeah, I
friend.
need advantage or okay,
Yes.
cool. All right.
Yeah, advantage on an ally.
That is fine.
Tori.
Yep, that my turn then.
Me.
you.
I broke up right into his face with movement and rage, and yeah.
Alright, that will most certainly hit him.
Oh.
That will not. He is able to bring a hand up and just start slapping away weapons at the hilt.
Where's your rage damage?
I don't have that anymore.
You don't have your rage damage?
I'm leaving my defender up. You need to drop your defender to get the rage damage now.
Okay.
But oh yeah, also I did use up my minor action, so that is that.
Alrighty. He is battered by strikes from the two frontliners. Ghoul, surprised. Kate is going to come on up here. And let's see. It's a shame she went after you guys. She could have thrown some funny spells out. Instead, let's go ahead and just try to make sure this guy can't get away. So she is going to throw her hatchet at him, first of all. Oh. That's a miss.
So you have the... Wait, do we have that wolf?
That's right, you do have an aura that gives people advantage to hit.
Oh, yep.
People
She's got
adjacent to you.
advantage.
Cool, perfect. Alright, that hits then.
Kablam.
So, yeah, 18 damage, and then she's going to use a minor action to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Oh shit.
Whop. So he's going to take an additional 2d6, and is immobilized. That guy is surprised. Steve.
Well, I take it y'all to be able to knock them the fuck out. So
Knock out, make him dead. I ain't taking this dude prisoner. Are you fucking kidding me? It's an evil necromancer.
We want to know what the fuck he's doing.
God, we can have someone ask his corpse for us.
True.
that is...
Fuck him up, Steve.
Like feelings from them old times as well. Like you don't just let a necromancer exist.
Don't
Like,
give
yeah,
him a
but
chance.
Yeah, but it's still getting more information out of it would be good. But
how do you think Steve would feel about this dude? Like a Lord Winter themed, clear, menacing necromancer.
Is that an elf?
I mean, he sure does look like he could be Lord Winter himself. This
dude
does
is
appear to be like an ash-skinned
winter.
elf.
Yeah, this dude is absolutely
Winter-coated.
winter maxing.
In fact, his token is named Lord Winter. It's one of the original options I had before giving him some art.
Okay. We just speak in an ancient elvish. Be like, you chose the wrong cemetery, boy.
Steve, what's your passive perception?
17.
He doesn't seem like he understands a word of what you just said. And while he might not be an ancient elf, modern elvish is mostly, mutually
Oh no, he's an alphaboo.
He's an earboo. Look out!
Yeah, he's an earboo.
Double kill
Those
him.
aren't even real ear.
Out of character.
Prosthetics.
No, remember, there is that what? No. There is that auction that happens once a year that turns you to an elf.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, he
Turns you into an elf
using
with a
that
huge
powerful...
ass.
Yeah, sure does. It's a very good thing if you want to be an elf, especially with a huge ass. That's just the cake on top.
Okay, just check it. I noticed he didn't really don't even speaking common. You don't even know your proper tongue, boy.
Just fucking shoot him already. Stop having a gab.
Okay, let's see. Wait. Put a save. Oh!
Alright, you knock him out. He is reduced to 0 hit points.
He's dying, is what he is.
Yeah, he is. He's dying. He will die on his turn if he doesn't get medical attention. Well, potentially.
Yeah.
He could also save out, you know, as you do.
Yeah, rather stabilize and know what the fuck we're dealing with.
Well, that's cool for you. This ghoul is going to come over here. Oh, wait, no, hold
Time
on.
to
He's
eat.
still surprised.
This is still a surprise.
Yeah, they're all still surprised. These guys
That's
can't do
right.
shit.
Alright, Arlene then. Let's come over here and stab a ghoul in the butthole. Gonna leap out from here.
Checked your butthole?
Ooh, butt stabber.
She's going to turn on Caradwin's Cloak of Cold.
Slick.
Nice.
And with advantage, poke.
Skid up,
17.
butt up, butthole.
Demogules. Ashe.
Okay. Let's go stab an ogre
Makes sense.
with the black flame blade
I may not
24.
have your ring,
That will
have
hit.
you checked your ring?
for 10.
10 Demogules. Alright.
Do we want to smite?
It does seem to have a lot of hit points.
Yeah, you know what? We'll use a minor action to do my racial smite. The searing smite. Let me hit the button. Where's it at? There it is. So you take 5 fire damage, and he has 5 ongoing.
Well, that's pretty rude, TBH, but alright. The ogre is a bit on fire. This ghoul is going to come around. Yeah, he can't get over there, so he's just gonna rush Vale.
Oh.
Alright. Let's see. Oh, he can get a couple of you in this. Can I get Steve? No. Unfortunate. He will just unleash a Scream of the Damned directly onto Vale and Ashe. So, whiz saves or take some psychic damage and become frightened.
Wisdom saves.
Yep.
Okay.
Whiz Save.
I'm good.
Is this a fear effect? This is a fear. Yes, it is. I have advantage to this.
You do? You Paladin, you.
Critical hit.
Good thing you have
Nice.
advantage.
Critical.
Well, alright. No joy for him.
Spook this points at Dick.
Let me show you what fear is, says the paladin.
Ah, yes. I shall. I suppose I could channel divinity now. Or I could just stand and fight.
Well, they can't really do shit against you when they're feared.
Terrified. What is this close person one?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, all right. I guess I will turn undead.
No, you have so much to live for.
Oh no. Alright. So, 2 ghouls and an ogre.
That's correct.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm shooketh.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
Damn.
These
Jeez.
undead
Wow.
came to play.
Holy
Get
shit.
shit on, Paladin,
Yeah,
I
you know
guess.
I guess so.
These godless
No, you know
monsters
what?
do not fear Kanara.
You know what? Fuck that last fool. He doesn't get that.
What?
Are you
You
twisted fading it?
twisting him?
Twist of
Face to
fading.
face.
Alright, on the crit.
Fuck him. Yeah.
Alright.
Damn.
Fearless.
They're just goaded
Wow.
with the
Truly
spots.
valiant.
Well,
Truly
that-
valiant shitters.
They came ready to destroy the Holy Land.
Fucking apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vale, you see these creatures just snarl and laugh as you present Kanara's symbol.
Well, all right. If you're not afraid of it now, you will be after I beat you back to death with it.
Theli.
the force damage.
What fear
on
have they
this.
from a god that has been gone from this world for hundreds of years?
Only like 100.
Been
I
like
am
100
going to double tap this necromancer.
Okay. Well, he dies.
I do that fucking I whip out the great sword and then just fucking thunk it
Drive
down
it in.
into the neck and crunch. First one's 2 death saves, and then that the twist and jerk. That's
Yep.
that 3rd death save gone.
And when you do so, the body writhes with shadows and frost, and the elven exterior gives way to horns and crimson flesh.
Oh shit! It was a demon.
Eh.
A tiefling?
Hard to tell the difference at a glance.
Well, just get the racist. I mean, Steve.
No, you're right the first time. We'll get the racist on it.
Alright, anything else on your turn, Theli?
I'm gonna move over here to help Arlene so she doesn't get just absolutely jibbed by ghoul.
Understandable.
And I will mark the ghoul with, let's say, radiant. Call it a hunch. Might be useful to quarry radiant on this thing.
Nah.
Tori.
No, I insist. I think I will.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Super sure.
Okay.
Well,
Tori and Lord.
I am gonna hold up this ghoul. I am going to bull rush his ass and attempt to grapple him.
Hell yeah. Alright, so strength savo and with disadvantage. He is grappled.
Hell yeah. And I drag him over here.
Alright,
Okay.
cool.
And then I give this guy a shank.
A delicious lamb shank.
Her stab!
Curse stab!
Good stab.
Are you saving the guy you have restrained or the wounded one?
The wounded one.
Understandable. Alright, that is a fine stabberino.
Good. And a little bit extra. Swoosh.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I like the idea that it is referred to as a lesser club.
Yeah, as opposed to the major
Hell
club.
yeah.
It is the assistant to the vice club.
Alright, yeah, time to eat this giant centaur. Let's see. Yeah, I think this first one is going to just turn towards Sully and let out a shriek, try and destabilize the two of you.
Sure, I am wild shifted, and that gives me advantage.
Well, didn't help you.
Kind of guidance as a reaction, and I am spooked.
Didn't
That's-
help.
You know what? I think I'll spend my inspiration. I don't want to be frightened. There we
Alright,
go.
there you go.
What about Tori?
I don't think there's any saving a 6.
Yeah, you can't guidance a 6.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
suppose
okay.
barbarians have advantage or something.
Not on
Nope.
wisdom. Next
No.
next
No, it's a
level.
Oh, fear effect though. They don't have advantage on all wisdom saves, but maybe on fear effects.
No,
I
they
don't
they don't as
so.
a baseline.
Like next level, I get advantage on dex saves, but that doesn't help here.
Yeah, okay. Well done.
Alright, so with that ghoul's turn done and dusted, this other ghoul is going to come around here and try and eat Steve.
No.
Yes. So let's go ahead and get us some ghoulish claws going. Oh, That is a decisive hit. And normally, elves are rather immune to ghoulish paralysis, but Steve less so than most.
Indeed.
Thanks to all the viruses in his blood.
Basically. Oh,
I take it that he has
I'm
actually,
going to try and
given up some of his elven features for being a walking.
I will try to reroll that.
Disaster.
alright. Do you have an extra inspiration just sitting around?
Yeah, Twist of Fate. Guess what that
Yep.
doesn't
You
care.
know what?
Oh, yeah.
That's fair enough.
Oof. Well, I Flash of Genius. I can just open that. If I can get a 4 or higher.
Is Flash of Genius saves as well? Oh shit! Nice.
Nice.
Abilities and saves.
Oh cool.
Alright, you unparalyze yourself with your big smarts. Kate. Uh-oh. She is going to... Let's see. Vale getting paralyzed would be pretty bad, considering there's an ogre right
Yeah.
there. So she is going to, first of all, use Inspiring Cadence on you to give you a d6 you can spend on any d20 test, like, say, a save against being paralyzed. And is going to turn around and try and blast the shit out of the ghoul next to Theli. Let's see. Does he have anything fancier than...
She has advantage.
Yeah, she does. So, produce flame. Nice. 9 fire damage.
Oh!
Alright. Dead
70
as fuck,
damage,
yo.
just blasting.
Steve, it is your turn. You actually get a turn.
Surprising the entirety of
Surprising
humanity.
everyone.
Five, five, five. Okay, so nobody's really hurt, which is a massive surprise. Vale has temporary hit points, correct?
Yeah, she pretty much always does,
Bit of-
as does Theli.
Yeah, with the glacial stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and Tori she berserked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I have some temp HP.
Okay, cool. So then I will cast Divine Resilience on myself.
Oh, I would take it though if you're giving it out.
Yeah, I can give it out if you need it. It's 10 though.
10 now?
Okay.
Didn't it used to be 11?
No, that was, the other game.
Well, yeah, 10 is
Yeah.
still now better than my rage HP, so I would take that.
Yeah, I have 3 proficiency and 3 spell attacks. So.
Mm.
No, and 7 spell attack. I'm sorry. So that's a 10. Okay. Then Steve, Torino there, and Ashe. Yes.
Alright. There's 10 temp
Yeah, 10
HP, yes,
temporary.
sir? Cool.
Yeah, that's 10 temporary hit points. And as a minor action, I'm gonna fucking. How fast do these go move? Like 6, 7, 8?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw that, so. Minor action, a Zephyr Stride. Do, 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 do. And that doesn't provoke attacks of opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you can move away. This school is going to scream at Arlene, Theli, and Tori. Because, like, yeah, why wouldn't you?
Go away.
Arlene. Oh.
Nice.
Ah,
Thor's already feared.
Yeah, she can still take more psychic damage, though.
Oh yeah, I'll take a full 7.
Yeah,
Full
ow.
6 deal.
6. Ow.
Whee! Alright. Ogre Zombie takes 5 fire damage. Start of its turn. And then is going to try and pancake Vale.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, what it's going to do is move over here. Yeah. And slam its entire, like, massive club directly into the ground in front of you.
Wait, he can't move up there. I still haven't grappled.
Boom!
It's the ogre, not
The
anyone else,
ogre.
No, this guy moved
that
up one.
ogre.
Oh, that's right. He could
Oh.
have. So I guess
Okay.
Arlene doesn't. Well, wouldn't have been able to be hit.
And this fucker can't move because he's immobilized.
No, he's
No.
only slowed.
Slowed.
Vale missed him
Slowed.
once. So he still had the ability to move a
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
he got no.
What?
That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the
yeah.
hit with immobilized.
No, he didn't. Ashe hit him with being on fire.
Yeah, I hit him with being on
Yeah,
fire,
produce
not being
flame.
immobilized.
He's
I don't
blind.
immobilize people. I put things on fire. Like the pyromaniac I am.
Yeah, he is not. It is
Yes.
not
Yes.
Flame,
immobilized.
dear flame.
Okay, the snaring strike was
That was
Awesome.
on this guy.
that.
Yep, that
and
was on the
Okay.
necromancer.
Was
Inspiration
quite
did not
dead.
help me.
They're very, very ensnared, the corpse. They have the most powerful CC on them right now.
Alright, so Ashe, you take 21 blunt, and Vale, you
Oh.
take 10.
Alright, so that actually becomes just 10 thanks
Yep,
to Divine
just
Resilience.
10 for you.
Perfect. That gets rid of Divine Resilience.
And this guy's going to make a con save to stop being on fire. Oh, yeah.
Yep, he passes.
Alright. Arlie is going to try and finish off this dude. He's going to... oh, yeah. Activate Battle Magic Stance, for one thing. Yeah. Slash. That's enough. He
Yeah.
cleaves this ghoul's head off and is then going to go over here.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Ashe, is your turn.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna scoot along. Wait, no, I can't. I just stop there. Okay, that's fine. I'll stay right there. Gives me a little bit more in the tank and makes it so the ghoul might go after the tank rather than me. So, or probably not. I'll probably just go after Kate, but you know.
Yeah, he
Makes me
does
feel
see all this fat fox meat just ripe for the picking.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna trust in the party's ability to make sure that she stays safe. We are going to Black Flame Blade, the ogre.
Okay.
21.
Yep, that will hit for 18
Play.
damagios.
Let's spend a spell slot to do a smite because that's still a lot of HP. I want to get this thing
Okay.
gone. All right. Let's see here. Where is it at? Switch burning. Yes. Third level spell slot. Yes. Crit. No. Take another 15 fire damage.
Ouchies. He's one off from the nice number. That's a shame.
Unfortunate. Sorry. Could I have done better? Yeah, it's a decent roll. I'm not gonna waste a sorcery point on that one.
Alright. This ghoul is going to try and bite Vale in the asshole. Chompers.
Oh,
Oh.
good roll.
Yeah, that will hit.
Alright. Con save or become paralyzed.
Let's see here.
Terrible.
I'll use my inspiration.
Understandable.
C'est terrible.
Uh-oh.
Crap.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Yeah, the bard guy ain't gonna do shit for that.
The ghoul takes 7 cold damage.
Worth. Extremely worth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
What's
Yeah,
the keyword on like a ghoul paralyzed, by the way?
That would just be necrotic.
Okay.
I guess technically it has stun on it as well.
Right. Yes. Use that.
And right before my turn, you asshole.
Yep.
That is so
cough,
mean.
cough.
What?
Why?
While you wear your sturdy and immune to restraint condition, what's that?
Restrain is not
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not
paralyzed.
paralyzed ain't
paralyzed.
restrained.
Yeah,
That is a
not
totally
the
different
same
condition.
Okay.
So, yeah, Vale, con save to end the paralysis on thine self. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Alright,
Well-
not paralyzed anymore. That's good.
There he
Listen,
was.
at least you aren't paralyzed when the fucking ogre zombie's
Yeah,
turn comes
alright.
around
Yep,
and just
yeah,
pancake
yeah.
you.
Although you might be, you don't know. Like that.
It's true, that other ghoul's like, wait a minute. Actually, you can't be
Alright.
stunned
He
again
doesn't
because, for the rest of the encounter, because it was the stun keywords specifies as such.
Oh, yeah.
Does it?
Yep, that is a feature of the
Yep.
stun keyword. Once you are a subject to an effect that successfully stuns you, you can't be stunned again for the rest of the encounter.
Oh,
Kind of Darkest Dungeon rules.
Yeah,
That's
kind
good.
of like that.
Okay.
It's just to keep like ghouls from just chain paralyzing you forever and ever and ever, which sucks and isn't
Yep,
fun.
so you only get paralyzed once.
And allows
before it dies.
DMs
Good.
to use like paralyzed powers and not
Yeah,
feel
like,
like
I
they're
don't-
completely jipping all their players.
I don't feel particularly guilty about making you fight ghouls.
Fair enough.
All right, so Theli, it is your turn.
All right. They continue to have that stuff. I'm come around here and quarry double tap.
Okay. This poor bastard.
Whap whap.
Crump crump.
All right.
Those are radiant
it's
quarries, of course.
25, 30 damage, 40 damage. Ow! Striker's gonna
Look,
strike
the,
real
I,
good.
I got some nice fucking D12s.
Numby.
Like I got the great sword out and I remember why I love the great sword
Yeah.
because I chased that
Numby,
fucking
numby.
number high. That's my turn. Yeah.
All
I
right,
don't know
Tori,
mine.
can you finish him?
Already used it.
Have disadvantage, but if I reckless,
Get reckless
I
to
can make it an
reckless.
even roll.
Hell yeah.
Hell
That's the
yeah!
best kind of roll.
Evan.
The even roll.
Oh, that doesn't save that one though.
No.
Darn.
So melee fumble. Oh no!
Disarmed.
Yeah, you're
Disarmed.
disarmed.
Magic.
Yep, it is magic.
Beep.
Just drop your
I-
weapon.
Bonk his
Right.
head and it falls out of my hand. At which point,
The ghoul snarls at you.
Bonk.
5.
Uppercut. Punch.
Oh,
Oh,
Pixels.
so close.
he
That's fine. I'm sure someone's got like a
nasty
magic missile.
thing.
You know what? You're right. Someone probably does have some range attack that could deal with it. Unless this ghoul came up and paralyzed her. Alright. This ghoul is going to claw Kate. Well, claws are real good.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, what new powers did she get with her level up?
Kate, let's see, got 3rd level spells plus the ability to add 1d6 thunder damage to all of her melee attacks.
Hooray!
So with 3rd level spells, she currently has Erupting Earth, which is basically Earth Fireball, and Mass Cure Wounds prepared.
Nice.
Okay.
Pretty nice. Now let's see if she ever gets to use any of that, because she might be paralyzed. Con save. Oh no. Oh no, she's fine.
Good luck. There's
Hell
so
yeah.
much of her to try and paralyze at once.
It's true. The thickness. Kate is going to whirl around. She will use a minor action to draw her rapier. And
A
then
rapier fin mint.
poke this guy with Thunderous Strike and Ironwood. Poke.
Ironwood is great.
It is.
It's a really nice cantrip to
Yeah.
have.
Poke.
Damn.
If I could
That's
double
still
tap
good
with it, it would
damage
be the
even
most
without the
based
crit.
thing, but you know.
Yep. Would have been nice to crit, though.
Yeah.
Alas. And
Still
now
20
she's going
damage.
to use Bardic Cadence on herself to
Nice.
prevent future paralysis. Alright. Stevo.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, actually, she can't
To
do that. She has
kill?
to draw her weapon.
Do I kill or to
You should probably
help
kill.
Kate?
She's fine.
Very well. Okay then. Magico Missile. I will cast that.
Alright. Now, how much do you want to bet this guy has, like, 2 hit points versus 3 hit points? Is it worthwhile to
That
cast
doesn't
both
matter.
of them on him?
Well, here's the thing.
It's 1d6 now,
I don't
so,
care.
you know.
So I'm going to cast one on that sumbitch, and then the other one on that sumbitch.
Okay. Give me the damage rolls.
So Magico Missile,
Alright, that
First
kills
one.
this guy.
second,
Nice max damage. Less nice on that one, but still, damage is damage. Poop, poop.
and let's see.
Prevents that guy
I'm
from getting a
going
turn.
to 4. Get in there. And I can give. So I'm going to give her heroism.
Alright. Move yourself in.
Kate.
She's happy to have it.
Move back because I have a 9 speed. It was 4/4.
Yep, that'll do it. Alright.
Actually,
Ogre
just gonna
zombie.
move. Yeah.
It's gonna try and pancake Vale. It's a really good thing
Oh.
Vale wasn't paralyzed when he got to attack, huh?
Jeez.
Yeah, holy
yeah,
damn.
Yeah, it is.
And that's a low. That's a low roll. Well, it's a high,
Bonk.
decent roll on
Yeah,
the
it's a good brute roll.
crit
that's-
damage, but
Yeah,
Well-
on the crit damage.
yeah, on the main damage, it's
Yeah.
lower.
Well, it doesn't matter because
They
that's a
burn
miss
shit.
anyway.
Nice.
His Vale has 20 armor class.
Hell yeah, Vale.
Speaking of people with over 20 AC, Arlene is going to come around here. And let's see what kind of horrible things we can do to people. You know what, actually, instead of getting into melee, since Arlene's out of contact, I think she's just going to poke her head around here and wiggle her hands at Theli.
At
And
me?
yeah, at you.
At
Directly.
me?
Cast haste.
Sweet. Oh, hell yeah. What does that make? Oh yeah, no, my speed's
2
already
AC.
9. It's,
Yeah, you can't
already
get
power
the
boosted.
power bonus
Yeah,
to
it's
speed,
the same value.
but you do get the extra standard action and the plus 2 AC. And she's just gonna go over here later. Off to the you can't fucking do anything about me having haste up dimension.
Yeah.
Ashe.
Well, we just continue as we've been doing, and it's been working on the ogre. So Black Flame Blade, 25 for 11,
Alright.
and then let's use a spell slot. Do Sorcerer's Burning at 2nd level because that's still a lot of HP, and the less time this brute has on the field, the better. Have an extra 15 fire damage.
Nice. Alright, you're burning through them.
Slowly but surely. I think most of it's been me on that ogre.
Alright. This ghoul, let's see if we can... Well, we can't paralyze Valian, but we can sure scare the shit out of her and Ashe, so... Ree! We'll roll a save with advantage for Vale. Alright, she's fine.
No.
Alright.
Both fine.
The screeching is not working out for them.
No, it is not.
Well, it is Vale's turn. Let's see if we can fully get rid of this ogre's ability to move. Bonk bonk. Yep, that'll do.
That'll do. That'll do.
Theli, you are speed. Nyum.
I mark. I swing.
I assume you're just going around that ghoul's reach.
Yeah.
Well,
13 to
unfortunately,
hit because of the haste.
You don't get an attack bonus, I don't believe.
Is there not an
No,
attack?
you don't get an attack bonus.
No.
Oh, it's AC.
It
just
Oh,
gives you an extra
AC.
Then
attack.
I will knack try and hit him. 13.
That's good enough.
Yep. Crump. And then I'll whip around and I'll go for this lad. Because I'm pretty sure 18 damage does the job.
It does not.
It does not. Oh, then I guess
No,
I'll
I've
try
been
again.
pumping like a bunch of damage.
It's
18
an
is not
elite
up
brute.
there.
It has a lot of HP.
Yeah.
Alright.
19.
That, however,
have
will finally do it.
16. Blam.
The ogre crumples.
And then I'll go over to him. Fucking mean mug this girl.
Your third attack?
I was just wondering if I want to do a spell instead, and I realized since it's a singular one, I might as well actually fucking Ironwood with my haste move.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
What do you mean I can't do that?
You can't cast a spell with haste action. It says
I
it
can't
specifically in
Ironwood?
haste.
Aww. No Ironwood.
You can do an attack, you just can't do a spell action.
Then that one is probably a miss, and I'm at an X.
Yep. That is indeed a miss. These are soldiers.
Yeah, it still says Ironwood. I've just not edited the card. There's like a tick box for force damage. I just tick on and off.
Alright, Tori, you're up.
Cha.
Hit.
Cha.
Miss. Miss.
Come at me, loser.
Alright, he's gonna try and... Oh, he gets you right back.
Parry.
No.
But
Alright.
ow.
Conseil versus Paralas.
Paralyzed.
Alright,
No.
you are not paralyzed. Kate is gonna try and fucking kill this dude. Poke.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. See, all it took was getting to 5th level, and suddenly Kate's actually kind of good. Yeah, that fucking kills this
Yeah.
kid.
God damn.
Just runs her rapier right
Crunch.
through its head and pulls out. Crumples.
Nice.
Well, Kate never pulls out.
Okay. Uh, yeah, we're gonna going here and let's see. Vale is back or is she away?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. I will go for then produce flame on the done.
Alrighty. Ogre Zombie is dead. Arlene. Come back here. I don't think you have... Oh, you do have a spell that's useful here, actually.
You got a pew pew?
Yeah, Arlene has, in fact, finally prepared long-range magic. Chromatic Orb. Let's do it at
Hurrah.
2nd level, because why not, frankly.
Oh, jeez.
23 fucking cold fire damage ain't bad.
Can what can chromatic orb not choose radiant? I suppose
No,
that'd
it
be
cannot.
It
too
cannot,
high.
and also,
No.
yep, Arlene is pretty dedicated to the pyromancy stick.
Yeah,
Atta girl.
yeah.
Still, bam.
Asher.
Yeah, can you ash it?
I can certainly try to. There's a crit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Alright, yep, turns out you can, in fact.
Perfect. Another counter for the wand. We're halfway there. Is that enough to kill it, or do I need to do some?
Yeah, that'll fucking kill it.
Perfect.
Alright, this war gets its turn, too. Sad. Alright. The
And now-
dust settles. The bodies smell horrid. These ghouls are clearly pretty unripe.
Ugh.
Good. Let's see if
Not
we
the
can
first
find.
time this blade has crushed ghouls, won't be the last.
Let's see if there's anything
Correct.
on them that might give us an idea of anything that's been happening.
I'm going to. Do you need medicine or do you need what for inspecting the?
Depends on what you're trying to inspect it for. I think
Demon
you figured
or
out the cause of
tiefling?
death.
Yeah, that's kind of,
Tiefling or demon?
For that, I would need an Arcana check, I think.
Are you sure not medicine? There's no way this creep doesn't have anatomical knowledge of the differences.
Alright, this would appear to be a tiefling. You can tell because the body did not, like, melt and return to the abyss.
That would,
Well, inspection time then.
let's make sure not to reveal this to the people of the nearby city, otherwise they will lump the lady in with her. And that would be pretty bad for poor Falcon. She doesn't deserve that.
Oh,
Indeed.
yeah.
Crit.
Alright.
Investigate
What
the corpse
are
and
you
everything.
investigating for?
Well, is everything notes, any details about yourself, physical thing that you have, or little thing.
Alright, well-
I'm grey
Identifying
hawking her
characteristic.
body. Yeah, I'm grey hawking the body and fucking cataloging everything.
Okay. So, this is a male tiefling of indeterminate age, as is the nature of the ageless species, though you would guess probably on the younger side. Just wider teeth, general good repair on hoofies and nails, and relatively short horns. Probably sub 100. They are, again, wearing a black and white robe. He has a chain around his neck with a platinum symbol upon it. See if I can... Yeah. It appears to depict a scythe. Like, imagine a hand scythe or sickle. Blade downwards, so it's... let me draw here.
Mid-reaping?
Not quite, so...
Well, handle straight up.
No,
something
no,
like that.
handle sideways, like so.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see, an additional half circle on top depicting a, like, white heatless sun.
Like it's reaping the sun.
Yeah, that would be a valid interpretation, I think.
Some anti-sun cult? Fuck that.
Yep. He has in his possession, besides this sort of unholy symbol, a chain shirt, fairly mundane in itself, a hand sickle, mimicking that of the unholy symbol, a ritual book, which has the same symbol burnt into it with cold flame, and surprisingly very little else beyond that. A handful of copper coins, a single scroll of altar self, and a reagent pouch which includes the stuff you saw used in the ritual elsewhere: acid, blood, sulfur, plus the material components to permanency alter self once. It was traveling fairly light, all things considered. Doesn't even have an adventuring kit or, like, camping supplies.
Is there anything noteworthy in the ritual book aside from like the rituals itself? Like anything that might give some more insight to the person or anything like that?
Perhaps, but that will take time to sort through. These are unfamiliar magical incantations to any of you.
Okay. Well, we can certainly do that here. Come the morning. Let's dispose of the bodies and set up camp and sleep for a little while.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, if we're burning the bodies, burn the ghouls and all the stuff, burn this
Yeah,
one
she's
separately.
she's already in the process of burninating the ghouls.
Arlene, meanwhile, is going to go find some clear space to cast Theory's Instant Tower.
That's a good plan. I'm going to use up sorcery points to regain a third level spell slot and make my own as well.
Are we allowed to stay in the tower as well?
Well, considering your concubine made one for you, you probably can stay in that one.
You can stay in my tower if you pay the toll.
Alright, what's the toll?
Arlene extends arms.
Okay. Give me a moment to wipe down first, though.
Yeah.
Let's
Fine.
straight about burning these burning these undead.
Yeah, you
Order
can
it.
definitely take these creaturioids, actually probably like out here.
Yeah.
I'm sending over that.
So what's Arlene's tower like? Because I know mine's like sort of like a blackened stone and has that bit of like fiery look to it.
I think Arlene's tower looks like a perfect replica of the mage tower from back in Titan's Grave, or Titan's Fall.
Oh, okay.
That sort of stocky, thick, gray stone with a big, warm fire in the middle of the first floor.
Nice.
Taking quite a bit of inspiration there.
Well, the fellow that taught me magic in the first place had a permanency tower just like this, so it seems only right.
Makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense.
Feels
Yeah, after
homely.
the burning and a wipe down, she shall get her hug.
Yes!
Squidge.
Weesh. Anybody who is willing to pay the Arlene tax is welcome to stay in the tower.
Very well.
Sure.
Excellent. Touch-starved nerd has found the secret life hack.
Listen, all she ever had to do was ask.
No, that's awkward. See, it's funny and cute if she does it as like a tax for something.
Yeah. It's weird if she just be like, hey, it's been a while. Can I get like, where them hug at?
So yeah, you guys can pile on into your towers and take a long rest. The corpses do not, in fact, get up and disturb you in the night.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Is there anything you wish to do come morning?
Help Steve decipher the spell book, try and get insight into the person? Would that be like an arcana or an investigate, or what do you think?
This is something that, at least for now, will just take time. This
Okay.
will
Something
Not something you
be
could,
like a 3-day downtime action to sort through like a whole ass ritual book.
Okay. In which case, then.
But the question, that's sorted through the entire ritual, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, can you figure
So
out
we
like a
can't
quick cliff notes brush there?
What we can do is on the consecration part, see instead they're like.
But
where
how do you know
the
which
wound-
part is the consecration part if you haven't examined the spell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In which
That
case-
is true.
I think we head back to the village there and
Yeah.
begin trying to dispel magic. I can do it
Back
at
to
least
the
3 times
village.
today.
the village
Yeah.
and back to the tower.
All right.
I was gonna say though. Well, we can't really ask the body, like, unless we just conquer
We can ask.
around
We can have the
this.
head asked,
Yeah.
but also I don't necessarily give a shit. It's just one more evil necromancer dead.
Well, yeah, but I want to know, like, if he had allies.
I suppose that's true. Good point.
Kate will just kind
What
of
do you think?
glance at the burning corpse pile. That didn't seem like the kind of
Yeah.
fellow that had friends.
I don't think he did.
No, but somebody taught them something. You don't.
Yeah, they
just
might have some
learn
kind of
things
necromancer fan club.
or
Creeps
master.
Anonymous.
More people from this group. Faith.
Kate is going to cast Bardic Cadence on you before you try again.
I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna use the inspiration that she gets from, like, musician to
All right. Well,
Yeah.
try and...
you can have both.
Fair enough. Oh, that's unfortunate. That one didn't work. Let me take
Add
off the
the-
spell slot.
Well, you can use the cadence.
Yeah, the
Cadence
D6
was
to the
rare.
11.
I mean, I could, but it's a long shot. Or I could just use up another spell slot and try for a higher base check.
True.
Because that was an 8,
Fair.
so we'll do that.
Well, that was an 11. You choose the better one, you don't...
Sorry, an 8 on the roll.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
There you go. Okay,
There,
you just
it's
pop it.
better.
All right. There is a sucking sound, and the temperature in the air dips precipitously before the hallowing on this place snaps apart under Ashe's magical assault. And with a final crack as if ice is breaking underfoot, the hallowing is dispelled.
Well done.
Okay, good.
You made that look easy.
No, it certainly wasn't. It used up both of my higher circles for the day.
I expected it to take more from you, so no, good job.
Yeah.
Kate
Seems
boo
I'm
hats
getting a little
Ashe
bit
and gives him a hug from behind. Good job.
Seems like I'm getting a little bit of a knack for it.
Heck yeah.
Maybe you'll be the next, what was her name? That Cinna whatever? Anti-magic mage?
I don't know about
Cinnamon
that.
bun.
The skin
So-
marink.
I got very lucky with dispelling her magic as it was.
Yeah, cinnamon bun.
Yes. Oh, Savin, by the way,
The cinnamon
after,
sage. Definitely human.
Uh,
The cinnamon sage.
after the, the evening was burned and everything, should I just pack away the skull, jaw and everything?
Should you what, sorry?
Pack
Should
away
I
the
pack
skull?
away the skull with the jaw? Because
I don't know,
somebody
should you?
asked about speaking with the dead, but that's a 3rd level divine spell.
That's up to you, friendo. I can't tell you what you should and shouldn't do.
Follow
You know,
your
I
bliss.
should-
Whatever you think
I
feels
don't
like
think
the right
any of
thing
you
to
have
do.
the capacity to cast that spell regardless.
Although we are meeting
Not
up
yet.
soon with Ashe's necromancer girlfriend.
It's very possible I'm immune through. I don't know for sure.
Okay, fair.
She
I also
mentioned,
Okay,
like,
but I will.
don't know that she can cast that spell either.
Yeah, it's only divine and
And she is a
SNS.
wizard.
Yeah, but she was a necromancing wizard, right? That was her specialty. I figure, like, speaking with the dead should be one of those ones she gets, like, off class, surely.
You would think that, but no, there's actually
I
no
would
way
think
to do so.
Hmm.
Arcane casters don't get it in this game.
yeah, like my original idea was to pump Veil up with like 300 GP of Residium and get her to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you think it's worthwhile, you totally could just do that.
300, isn't it like 30?
Yeah, don't you mean 30?
No, I
Did
don't.
it get boosted? Dang.
It's-
Look at raw
It's-
Residium powder in their like list here. You cast a
damn.
spell slot of 1% of the GP value you consume.
Damn. Actually, I suppose
Good
that,
take.
like... So gold became the standard, so gold became less valuable for Residium.
Oh, I see. It's wizard inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wizard
Actually, no.
inflation.
Don't look up wizard inflation. Whatever you do.
Oh yeah, but the
It's
damage you
arcane
take is
inflation.
10%. Okay. Okay. The damage is
Yeah, the
10%.
Yeah, you
damage
don't
is
take
10%.
300 damage, thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Damage is
take
still
300. You don't
Bit
need
steep.
death ward. Okay, so she'll survive it.
Yeah, it'd be 50 damage.
If we felt it was worth it, and we'd have to get Residium
What?
because we don't have
50?
any.
No, Speak of Dead is 3rd level.
Oh wait, yeah,
She
30
take
damage.
30 damage, which is very survivable for Vale, who has 50 hit points.
Yeah, but it's off the table for now because we don't have Residium.
We do.
Not raw.
Not in party loot. We
Yeah,
don't.
we do. We have raw. We
I
have that
mean-
match. We have the 500 GP Residium raw.
Yeah, we have that rock.
Do you want to lick the rock? It's like salt lick, but it gets you fucking zooted.
Is it in
See?
your inven? Oh yeah, the Iron Mirror Residium I see now.
Yeah, because we got it in the tower.
Yeah.
Was-
Up to you if you want to use it. I don't mind one way or the other personally. We have like so much on our plate that I'm reticent to
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
on that knowledge and then risk taking on that quest.
Uh-huh.
I think we're fine for now. If it turns out there's
Yeah.
more going on, then we can stop it
Mhm.
then.
Yeah,
But
if it's still happening, we have a lead now. We can find the lead through other means.
we have a symbol
Well,
that we can look
yeah.
out look for if need be.
And we can ask ahead anytime anyway, so.
I trust Steve to preserve it.
Let me look and speak with Dad here real quick.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how long.
It doesn't have a time limit.
The spells.
Yeah,
It just
doesn't-
needs to still have a mouth.
Yeah,
Okay.
a jaw and
Yeah.
a jaw and a skull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
sweet.
it still works.
I
But it can only
mean,
be done
it-
on it
it-
one time.
A skull with no flesh on it isn't going to be able to talk at you, really.
Yeah, you need the flesh to
You would need to, like, get the whole head.
Oh,
preserve the head.
That's just morbid enough that I don't want you to
Yeah,
because I don't care that
I don't-
much.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't really be an issue because it doesn't need a brain, so.
Yeah, no, I
can,
mean
like,
you wouldn't have a problem doing it, but I feel on a personal level I would have a problem with seeing it done. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're fine.
I
as it
mean,
is.
You don't need
It's
Steve
a
I
good-
can
carrying
understand
around a
hanging
jar
onto
of head.
someone's severed head for like a day or two just to get it to someone who can cast it, but like not pickling a head for some indeterminate amount of time. If we eventually decide, you know what, we could ask that head we kept in a jar. That's
yeah,
psycho
no,
stuff.
that's kind of psycho. So
That's
I mean,
necromancer
I
shit
think-
itself.
I will still say this. It's a good thing Paladin didn't go to medical school with Steve and all the fucking head and body parts in jars.
Well, yeah, no. If they're like, if that's
this
like
is-
stuff
this
set
is
aside for the
different,
purposes of
though.
education, like autopsies, that kind of thing. Sure, I get it. That's like educational informative. If it's like we killed this dude, this necromancer, no one knows them really. I have their head now just in case I need to ask them a question. Like a very different flavor as far as impact on her morale is concerned, morale and morals.
yeah,
Oh yeah, but I'm just still saying you could literally talk with the dead with the pickled jars and pickled heads in school.
well, you can do it the one time. The spell fails if what? Well, I guess it. It's
No,
only
yeah,
a day,
it's every 10 days.
Yeah,
Yeah. Every 2
Anyway, I
weeks you
don't-
can have a fucking conversation.
I don't think we should pickle the head now.
Fine. Very well. I shall.
Steve
I
Scott's
shall
coward.
not. Yeah,
We
I shall
should.
not.
We should,
You said
however,
what?
keep the head to bring back to prove that we, like,
Dealt with
The job
it.
is
yeah.
done.
No.
No, let's take back different proof, like say
Okay,
their
fair.
book
The
and
ritual
stuff.
book. Okay.
The
We
ritual
do
book,
not
yes,
want
that's
to
fair
bring
enough.
back something that will get a tiefling lynched, because poor Lady Falcon's sweet.
No, I wasn't saying show it to the people, but show it
Well,
to
yeah, no, I mean, like,
Can't
there's
say
no
gold.
way that Gold won't also similarly be like, well, I guess we can't trust any demons, especially if they came to desecrate our family
Fair
vault.
enough.
Get the fuck out. Yeah, we don't need to tell them that. We just need to tell them it was a man.
Speaking of, let's get back to the Sir Gold and present our findings and news.
Oh.
Oh god, when do we get back? It must be like fucking 3 in the morning or something by that point.
Well,
Well, no, because we
No,
slept
it
out
took a
there,
No,
long
you
so it'd be
rest.
like in the
slept.
Oh right, no, we
afternoon.
slept. Of course, we slept overnight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Hell
Cool.
yeah. Right on time for Harpy Quest.
That's true.
What part?
Yeah, it certainly is. You can
If
certainly
you-
try.
If you really want to spend time with the Harpy.
I think you're setting yourself up for a little bit of disappointment, Tori, but if you really want to, I can't stop you.
I mean, if she doesn't want me, it's her loss. I ain't losing nothing if I'm too big for her.
All right. Well, we'll be heading up to Sir Gold then if you want to try and find her, or do you want to come with us for that?
Noise.
I would
I trust you guys.
All right. then.
have to find. No, don't split up in that case. Who knows? It shouldn't
It's-
take long.
It's a
Steve,
keep,
we're in
Steve. It's
seeing range
fine.
of the keep. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
People live around here.
Plus, it's not like she's gonna carry me off if it's some kind of like. It's not
Yeah.
like she's a griffin harpy.
I will
A
say
harpy?
this. It's like,
Harpy griff.
That'd be
yeah,
very hilarious if it
see-
was a Griffin Harpy here.
I will say this to be like when you said like, oh, but people live around it. It's pretty nice. I just was the burned down village that got desecrated. And
No, you
man
had to get a
fucking
spyglass
went
out for
into it.
that.
Yeah, we had to get a spyglass
that
out to
was
see
far
that one,
away.
Steve. It was a full, like, half a day's walk out there. Actually, full day's walk out there. I made half a day's thanks to magic.
Yeah, other character just Steve's just used to too many fucking fucking people with eagle eye or like natural like supervision and be like, what? That you can just peer over there. There's like nothing wrong.
And the point of the matter is, I believe the keep will be very safe, as it is. And it's not like we're leaving Tori there for days on end. It's just for a little bit in the morning.
Yeah, I was mostly say looking to see if the lady Falcon had any wares.
Well, then go do
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, you can go do that
Yeah.
if you like.
Trust anyone is to show off the book to Mr. Cold.
Wayne all chained at the waist. And Kate'll pat Tori's side. If you feel bad about it, I'll go and chaperone Tori. How about that?
Gives a thumbs up.
Kate will
Alright,
scramble
don't get-
onto Centaur back.
Don't get abducted by a harpy.
I don't think she could if
She-
she wanted
yeah.
to.
Fair
Plus-
point.
Kate doesn't got what she's looking for anyway.
Not with that attitude.
You know that I think she don't.
Damn, probably they're not getting any fucking
Yeah,
company to
for
buy shit. Have to talk with the goddamn demon himself.
Wait, to be fair, somebody should of the two. Someone should chaperone Steve going to talk with Lady Falcon.
You know what? If I do see him grumbling, I'll be like, I'll go with Steve. Yeah, he needs a chaperone too.
Arlene will also go
Dale
that
and
way.
Ashe can go to Mr. Gold.
Also, it's a chance to pet Marion says again.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Indeed.
Sea Fox pet is.
That is just how it goes.
She's clearly just missing having Scruff around, you know.
I know that feeling. Separated from the dog. How terrible.
That's my entire summer.
Now, did the parents kidnap Tasha?
No, I've had to board her once or twice over the years. It's very heartbreaking. Tasha gets so stressed out she pukes.
For her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I have to spend
had
like
to
a
do
couple
what?
months away from my dogs a couple times a year.
The last
Oh,
times we've boarded Tasha anywhere, she stresses herself out so much she vomits.
Oh.
Like Tosh, been there. I know that feel, girl.
I'm glad my winch boy
The
doesn't
fuck
do
is
that. He just
bored?
whinges.
And, it means you're putting her in doggy daycare for a few days.
Oh,
You know, like a boarding
Okay.
house.
prison. Okay, cool.
Yes, we
Yeah,
sent
pretty
her to
Doggy
gay baby
prison.
jail.
Because he's a giant gateway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
All right. What do you say we handle all these various conversations between sessions and do XP? Because
Yeah.
I'm tired as fuck, and I know Kina is too.
I mean,
Yeah.
still paying. Although I did sleep this morning, it was nice. I still have sleep debt to pay off.
All right.
Work was a little stressful today.
Oh. All right. So it is. Let's see. November the 17th today. As you get back to the keep. So, did you explore an interesting location?
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen the Gold family mausoleum on the edge of their castle.
And the Gold family keep.
Yeah, also, yeah, we haven't
This is the
really
first time you've
explored this
actually
place
gotten
at
to see the art and everything for this place. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Alright, did you see an interesting truth about the world?
This existence of a new cult that wants to reap the sun, it looks like.
Yeah?
all. Some kind of evil sun reaper.
Yeah. Did you advance or complete a quest? Yeah, you completed
Yeah, we
this
took it
little
on
side
and completed
quest.
straight away.
What job?
Knocked that shit out super efficiently.
Did you protect the people of Valeina from a deadly threat? Yes, absolutely. This guy was a
Yes.
fucking serial killer.
Oh, yeah.
Did you instigate lasting change in the world at large or the life of a companion?
I feel like this changed the world at large. This person's been like as you say, a serial killer. Like this is someone who is leaving or intending to leave a lasting impact on the world.
Yeah, but you also just marked that in for the last bullet point.
Yeah, we did just mark
Literally
that
the
down.
same thing.
Yeah, you know. Okay,
Well-
you're fair.
Think we did. Not really.
Yeah. Alright. So, that would be 4 XP, friendos.
162.
162 out of 150.
We might actually get. I don't know.
That
Still
would be. It
quite
would
a
be
ways off.
so funny if we could level twice in winter. We just go
would
in
be,
there
but,
for
like,
level
I don't think we'll
5,
get
come
there.
out level 7.
I don't think we'll get there. It's like another 50 experience there, and mean, it's
Yeah,
not
it
awful.
is 210 is your next threshold, so unlikely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Not
210.
impossible. We could probably get like another 12 sessions before winter somehow.
No.
Yeah, just
No
do a bunch of
way.
little like one session side quests that take
Look,
like
I mean,
a day.
you put a
I mean,
bounty
if
board
we
out
do-
and we caught it while we were on the way. You know, just like dust our hands.
Yeah,
in
if
it,
we
no
do
problem.
12 things. No, we literally.
we'll
got
see.
that.
We have to go
Yeah.
into the stone tower, and we don't know like
Yeah.
how much we'll get going
Like-
into there and going through it.
There is also a bounty board, or notice board at least, in both Port Never and Neverson Deep, so
We can
Who knows?
find out.
just keep grinding them side quests.
We shall
Well,
see.
We have 1500, so right now we're like 7. So at least 200 ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
I'm
gonna be getting
just
some
gonna
money out
add
of it.
that to your party loot since you got some money in there already.
Good idea.
You can divvy that up whenever.
Yeah, we might divvy it up here soon, considering like you're looking at Lady Falcon's wares and whatnot.
I get my own fucking money, so
And that was also
Yes, but
my
I mean,
last
like,
supplies. I've spent a lot on feeding animals, so I've got to spend some cash and fill that up.
yeah.
Yeah,
we
so it'll
need
just be good to
restock.
like spread it out here, and maybe after like you look at wares and everything like that, people can go see her eventually and decide if they're getting anything during between sessions or something like that.
Yep. Let's see. Do I have a handout for her wares? Yes, I do.
So we want to split it then.
Nah, we got fucking thousands of golds each already. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, she's got a couple new items,
Ladies.
and her stock levels have changed a bit.
Okay, let's take a look here.
Okay, now I'm starting to more like, yeah, maybe the next round.
Yeah, the prices on all of her food went up. The
Ooh,
drought continues to take hold.
Grants temporary hit points whenever you roll initiative. Is that like vitality or like 5?
I believe it's like a flat 5, but let me look. Let's see, magic items, Ring of Resilience. 10. It is a flat 10 temp HP every time you roll initiative.
Decent.
Why do you have the
That's
hat
not-
as can boost spell DC? Does it not automatically?
Nope. It requires that you activate its abilities. So if you want to ID the hat, let's see. Yeah, so the hat's baseline properties, just passive, gives you a +1 bonus to saving throws, and if you attune to the hat by casting 3 different transmutation spells on 1 or 3 different creatures, you can choose to gain a +2 item bonus to your spell save DC, so long as you're wearing the hat. And it does have a secret.
Neat. That's a thinker, because +2 spell DC is a lot.
Yeah,
It's
that's
actually
quite
on
nice.
Do you do anything transmutive?
I mean, I have to look through my spells. I have
Alter
Alter Self,
Self?
which is transmutation.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I don't know
Honestly, if
what
it's
else I
Haley's
have.
hat, then Alter Self is exactly what that was probably intending.
Oh, Enchant Armament's transmutation.
Huh?
I do that one every day.
Yeah, but that's you're not affecting a creature with that spell.
Oh, right, affecting a creature,
Yeah, so
right?
you need so
if it's affecting a
quote
creature, it's fine.
requires you to affect 3 creatures with transmutation spells in one day, or 1 creature with 3 transmutation spells in one day.
Yeah, just Alter Self, Alter Self, Alter Self, bam.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They
I'll
don't have
think
to be
on that
different,
one.
do they?
No.
I mean, it looks great, and it's saving throws on, which is just always good.
Yeah,
And Haley is a test butt slut.
like I said, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Because like
Wait,
that
full
is a lot
quiver
of gold
frost
too.
arrows.
Yep, there's a quiver
take
of frosty magic arrows. They only do 1 frost damage extra, but, you know, if you find something with frost vulnerability, that stacks up real fucking quick.
Oh, Fleet-footed Travel is also transmutation.
Yeah, that does
Sweet.
affect creatures. Actually, yeah, you could just...
That affects all of the party at once. Blam!
yeah, no, that would just instantly attune you.
Yeah. Also, yeah, although, you know, Frost Arrows would be nice, I'm not the type of ranger who needs that. I create my own weakness, vulnerability. Take advantaging of. But I definitely want another quiver of +1 arrows, because I spent my last of those a while back.
Yeah, question. What was that affect everyone in one go that you said?
The Fleetfoot Travel. That is
Fleet-footed
a
travel.
transmutation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is true. That is
That would just instantly attune you to the item.
It's a thinker. I'll think on it. Because it's still like a good amount of gold.
Yeah, it is an expensive item.
You know, maybe you can haggle.
Kate's not here, but you would suggest trying to trade Dick for discount?
Yeah, 150 a quiver.
See, I can't do that, Sam,
No,
because I need
50
Kate there
for
to
the
be
+1s,
allow me to
150
use
for
the dick
Frost.
for like haggle.
Oh, you mean number.
Get a strap on. It's fine.
That's true.
Yeah, also, yeah, you cut out, like, earlier, and I have not heard you since, Gardy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, rip.
Did you rip your microphone out of there?
Finally, I don't have to hear this asshole anymore. Alright, well,
Yeah.
if you're watching on
Alright.
stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Thursday for Warhammer. Till then, adios and do take care.